Howdy, folks. It's VileMike here. Hopefully you can hear me. And Elihu's mic seems to be working so far. So how you doing, Elihu? After, last stream.
I don't know.
All right. I'm trying. No, fuck. It's all gone.
What happened?
I fully admit I was using AI to do some of the math for me regarding our Atlantis discussion. And it did not save the math. I know I should have copy and pasted it to a notepad or something.
Were you signed in? Were you using chat or Grok?
You know what? I was using both.
Okay, if you signed in the chat, it should be under your histories.
It's not, because I think it's because I did it on my phone and now I'm looking up on my laptop. So since the IPs are different, it's not showing up for me. So, let's save that for a little bit later, or if you want, because I want to talk about one of the first things. It comes last on the name of the stream, but I did post a link to a video on IMDb, a movie called Haunted House of Pancakes. And how you doing, Gap? The reason I did that is because me and my son watched that movie on Friday while waiting for my daughters to get out of school.
Let me guess. It was Turtle Jay's idea to watch it, not you.
Oh, no. He wanted to watch Leprechaun.
But Warwick Davis.
When we were looking up on Tubi whether Leprechaun was on, and Leprechaun 1 was the only one they didn't have. They had Leprechaun 2, 3, In Space, Back to the Hood, In the Hood, Origins, but they did not have the first one. So, of course, when you're looking up something, it gives you other movies that are similar. And one of the movies that we saw, as soon as we saw the title, we both were like, we got to watch this one. And it was Haunted House of Pancakes. Oh my God. We loved this movie. We were hoping for something so bad it's good. And it was so bad it's good.
Oh boy.
Basically, to give you a brief synopsis, shady diner owner buys mysterious old waffle maker that is basically possessed by a South American god demon thing. And it takes over the mind of one of the cooks, the main character's brother, and starts making food, waffles and anything related to the waffles. So even like a salad and steak and bacon, somehow it all gets possessed. The food then attacks the customers, takes over their bodies, and finally you have the end version of the waffle maker where its body is made out of hundreds or thousands of waffles and its head is the waffle maker. It is so fucking funny. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It came out last year. It looks like it was made in the 90s on a camcorder, which is even better because, it just gives that more of that bad movie vibe. I don't want to ruin it for you guys. Maybe me and Turtle Jay will do a review on it, like a short one after I do the next review. But, oh God, it was just so funny. The effects are bad. The acting is bad. But you can clearly show that this was made with love by the creators. Everyone involved. Go ahead.
How the hell did the studio greenlight that crap?
I don't know. I don't care. I enjoyed it. And of course, as soon as or after I watch it, I learned that there's going to be a new Killer Tomatoes movie that was filmed here in San Diego on the USS Midway.
Another Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
Yes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Organic Intelligence is the name.
Oh my gosh. What's the subtitle? What's the subtitle? No GMOs?
No, the subtitle is Organic Intelligence.
Oh, I would have called it No GMOs.
So I am now thrilled. I mean, the Attack of the Killer blank is a trope named after Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. So, this particular movie is me and Turtle Jay watched was, Attack of the Killer Waffle Maker.
Attack of the Killer Waffle Maker.
Oh, and in the one of the things that comes with the waffle maker is a history of it, right? And they're like, oh, this waffle maker was present at some of the worst things in human history. Chernobyl, 9/11, the Challenger explosion. And I'm just like, oh my God. Now I want to see the movie where the waffle maker caused Chernobyl. I want to see the movie where the waffle maker caused 9/11.
I want to see an old waffle maker in '86 explode the Challenger. Come on, that's a fucking good waffle maker for less than '86.
So,
yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay.
And
I did give it a link, by the way.
Have Richie and Dandelion back. But yeah, if you go and watch this movie, it literally is. We were hoping for So Bad It's Good, and we were rewarded with So Bad It's Good. There's a cop in there who is your traditional, racist,
small town cop.
Small town cop who demands all his food be free.
Tomato, can it?
Oh yeah, and if you don't know, I have the original Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and I'm going back and forth between the two movies. Was filmed here in San Diego as well. So the fact that the third one is filmed here on the USS Midway is, chef's kiss. But like at one point I was when he comes back into the scene, comes back in the movie, we're like, me and Turtle Jay were like, it would be so funny if the cop ends up being, the good guy hero that saves the day now, considering he was an asshole to begin with.
Yeah, that's normal trope with those kind of movies.
Except, no, he isn't. He ends up getting attacked by a possessed cherry pie and then dies horribly later on. But
yep, according to Ed Mercer, we have no longer fear of the banana. The waffle maker and the waffles in the tip of Texas. Oh, I'm so sorry, Richie. I am so sorry you had to see that ugly sight. Like I said before, the only good thing to ever come out of Texas is I-10 East and West.
Hey, don't get me wrong. There are parts of Texas that I love. Being that a large portion of my family's from there. I used to go there all the time. But let's face it, the only area that I would ever live in is freaking Austin.
Well, that's period.
Well, it was once described to me that Austin is the bastion of sanity in a sea of stupidity.
The only thing I like about Texas is not Waffle House, Whataburger.
Oh, I love Whataburger too.
You can tell a local who actually understands it because they call it Waterburger instead of Whataburger.
But yeah, I don't hate Texas per se. It's more of I hate the current Texas administration.
has been in power for about 12 years now.
But we're not going to go into that too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, please watch the movie House of Killer Haunted House of Pancakes. And although I do think it's funny that the name of the movie is Haunted House of Pancakes, but the villain is a possessed waffle maker.
I sent you the wrong thumbnail, by the way.
Oh, why? What was wrong with that one?
The A is CNA. That was the original one. I actually made it where the A looks like the Atlantis A. Sorry, I sent you the wrong thumbnail, dude. I just realized that.
Oh, well.
Because I made it look like the actual font for Atlantis, where the A looks like the symbol for Earth. I sent you the wrong symbol. Sorry.
All right, so we'll leave it up to the chat real quick. Do you want to hear the Atlantis Elihu versus me debate? Even though I can't show the math. And or do you guys want to do the Disney rank Disney sequels? And Gap, we did have a Killer Plant movie. It was called The Happening with Mark Wahlberg and Zoe Deschanel.
That was stupid. Nothing. The Happening. Nothing happens.
And I don't think we had a Killer Banana movie. Although there is a Attack of the Killer Donuts movie, if you've ever seen that one, another so bad it's good movie. Richie has no opinion. So that means it's up to Dandelion and Gap to decide. I guess for Killer Plant movie though, we also have Little Pet Shop, or what was it? Little Shop of Horrors.
Little shop of horrors, bop shoe bop. Disney. Jeff says Disney.
All right.
Richie says I have no opinion on the matter. Go for it.
So we have one vote for Disney, and we know that Dandelion was here, so if she can respond. And I did put a link to Disney fandom about a listing of all the sequels. Sequels I won't be counting are Marvel and Star Wars, primarily because those are franchises that were bought by Disney. Even though Disney started the Marvel MCU, I'm not going to count it because, like, what would you count as a sequel? Iron Man 2 is a sequel to Iron Man, but is Thor also a sequel to Iron Man? And I just want to do direct sequels. I don't want to do like the third movie or a prequel or interquel. I just want to do direct sequels, and we'll judge them based on that.
Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3.
Yeah. So I'm just going to discount all of Marvel, Star Wars, and any other franchise that's similar.
Okay.
So Dandelion didn't say anything, so we'll just go with Disney.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to bring up the list again. All right, so the list is in alphabetical order, so it starts with numbers and then goes from A down. So for the numbers, they have two versions or two sequels that are different from 101 Dalmatians. You got 101 Dalmatians 2, Patch's London Adventure, and 102 Dalmatians, the sequel to the live-action 101 Dalmatians.
Any sequel to 101 Dalmatians should not be counted as a sequel. It should be counted as a separate movie. The whole purpose of the first one was DeVille. That was it. Cruella. Puppies.
No. We're talking about the 90s live-action one, not the Cruella one.
Oh, okay.
So I would say, I'll be honest with you, I have only seen those movies once. Both of them were a long time ago. And I wouldn't give them more than a 5 just because of, average. I don't remember them being that good. I don't remember them being that bad. Do you have any opinions on those two?
It was better than Land Before Time.
You mean the Land Before Time sequels?
Yeah.
One I haven't watched since I was a kid, so we're talking like 35 years ago, is The Absent-Minded Professor 2, Trading Places. I know I saw that on the... sorry, what?
I didn't like that one.
Yeah, I don't even remember it, so we'll just skip that one.
Sorry, Fred McMurray was the better in Flubber, okay? That's my professor, Flubber. Fred McMurray. That was the best one.
All right. Air Bud Golden Receiver. Did you ever see that one?
Oh, no. No Air Bud franchises, please. No.
Well, no, I'm gonna count this one. Because this was the first direct sequel to Air Bud. And it was the one where instead of being on a basketball team, he was on a football team.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, I remember it being funny, so I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. For Aladdin sequels, I'm only gonna count Aladdin 2, The Return of Jafar. And I will say that was one of my favorite ones growing up. I loved Aladdin 2. Having Jafar as a genie was absolutely terrifying and funny as all hell, considering he didn't have... And yes, there was a bunch of Air Bud sequels. We've talked about it. There's like 10. But we're only going to go with just the direct sequels, not everything else. Earbud. I didn't even notice that at first.
But the Earbud sequel... Oh, I just saw that too.
So, and yeah, Jafar as a genie, and the fact that, he was still under the laws of the lamp where he couldn't kill anybody. The whole part where they're saying, but you'd be amazed what you could survive. That was a chilling line, I mean, that was pure nightmare fuel. And yeah, the red genie... it sucked that Robin Williams didn't return, and we had Homer Simpson voicing the genie. But it was out of 10. It's a solid 8 or 9 out of 10 in my opinion. What about you, Elihu?
Yeah, I like the all slap comedy on the Aladdin movie, especially when Iago turned into Gilbert Gottfried's head.
I'm not going to say that line, but I'll put it up. All right, so next on their list is Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day Road Trip. I never saw it, so I have no opinion on it.
No. The first one, the second one drew out. Could not even finish that one. I remember that.
All right.
Just drew out. It was basically playing on his character over and over again. It's like Ace Ventura 2. They amped up his character. They amped up the characters. I'm like, no, it's not really worth it. You went over the top exaggeration.
All right, counting as a Disney film because it was produced by Disney, and I'm gonna bring it up. I don't care if it's not one of their lovey-dovey type movies. It's on the list, so I'm gonna bring it up. An American Werewolf in Paris.
Michael Landon?
No. That was American Werewolf in London. This is American Werewolf in Paris, the sequel.
Oh, no. I thought that was Michael Landon. I'm sorry. No, I didn't know they made a Paris one.
Yeah, and it was made by Disney, so I'm going to count it. And you know what? I actually enjoyed it for the most part. The effects were still pretty good, using the same stuff from it. So as a movie in general and as a sequel, I'm going to give it like a 6.5 or a 7.
I've
Yeah,
never
it's
heard of
definitely
Paris.
not like Frozen or Bambi. That's for damn sure. Gap.
I just heard of London, not Paris. I'm like, okay. Sorry, that's a new one to me. I don't know
So
why I
you
never
haven't
heard of
seen
that.
it.
No.
Skipping more, going down. Oh, Apple Dumpling Gang rides again. I don't remember this one.
Don Nut, yes. Part 1 and part 2. Yes.
So you like that one? Since I haven't seen it,
Yes.
I'm not going to give it a score. What about you?
I love the Apple Dumpling Gangs. 1 and 2. 1 was a 7, 2 was an 8.
All right. Maybe I have to go back and watch that one.
You got Herbie on the list?
Sorry?
You got Herbie on the list? The love bug?
I don't know. We'll find out. We're still in the A's.
Okay.
Next is on this list is Atlantis, Milo's Return. And no, this isn't the Atlantis that me and Elihu are going to be arguing about later.
It was the cartoon.
And I don't remember much from Milo's Return, but I think it was what I do remember. It wasn't bad. I'd say, it's a solid 6. I mean, Atlantis was very different from most Disney movies of the time. So yeah, I liked it. I'm not going to say it was bad. Solid 6. What about you?
Well, Atlantis was one of the very first straight-to-DVD movies that people complained about, and I have to agree with them. Don't rush your productions. Just because one did great, you don't want to rush the second one for home delivery. You want to actually go stretch it into theaters. It bombed. It sucked. I didn't like it. It kind of exaggerated. The first story was done and done. Didn't need a sequel for Milo. He did not need would not need to see Milo's Adventures again. I did not like the second one.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it? Because I gave it a 6.
I gave
A
it a
3?
3.
Wow.
The original Atlantis was better. Original Disney animation. I love the style. I love that animation style they had back in the 70s and 80s.
Oh, I would agree with you. It's the first one was definitely better than the sequel, but I wouldn't say it was that bad.
I don't know, Richie.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet. We're finally on the B's, and we got Bambi 2.
No. Godzilla's question Bambi? No.
No. I'm talking about the real Bambi 2 that Disney made, and I don't even think I remember watching all the way through. I think I stopped watching it about like 20 minutes in.
Yeah, I don't really remember Bambi 2.
Well, it's basically where Bambi has his own kid.
Oh no, I don't really remember that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't give a rating on that.
Well, as from a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely give it a 2 based on what I do remember. All right, the 2 Beauty and the Beast sequels definitely don't count either way because they weren't sequels; they were actually interquels. They take place during the movie, so they don't follow my criteria for judging. So we're gonna skip those. Next one on the list, which this one is definitely 1 in my opinion. Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2.
Well,
did you ever see that one?
No, I never seen the first one either. I just know that movie was very good with big with tweens at the time because Chihuahuas are really big in thing with Paris.
Yeah, it is heavily meme or it's very dated for the time period.
Yeah,
and it might get like 1 or 2 laughs, but like 99% of it is just fucking annoying. And it does the whole, the love interest, it's the same thing with Bambi too. It's the next generation because the main characters now have kids.
if you take out the love interest in part 2, then yeah, it would be a worthwhile movie for dog addicts. But the dog is just like a side thing. Come on.
All right. I got to skip that one because it's actually the third movie. Okay. Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars. Now, I'm not going to count this one because that was actually produced by Fox, not Disney. It's just now under the Disney brand, so I'm going to skip that one.
Oh, I was going to say, why did you bring it up if it was under Fox?
Because it's on the list. It's on the list of Disney sequels, and they're including certain things that were made by Fox. So let's go down to Brother Bear 2. I did not watch this one. How about you?
I watched Brother Bear 1.
And I didn't really like Brother Bear 1, to be honest. So I got the sequel's got to be even worse, right?
Brave was basically a retelling of Brother Bear.
Somewhat, but not entirely. I know the similarities, but I don't think they were the same story.
You got turned into a bear for a lesson. Bear got turned into a bear for a lesson. I'm like, the same story. When I was watching Brave, I'm like, this plot list is familiar for Disney. What the heck? Why did I see this familiar? I mean, Brave was a good movie, but I still liked it.
And either way, Richie, the Brave Little Toaster sequels sucked compared to the first one. All right, next, Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam. I thought Camp Rock sucked to begin with. I'm sorry.
I've never heard of Camp Rock. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I never saw the sequels. The first one sucked royally.
Hello.
How you doing, Dannyland?
Good.
Hey, yo.
I only caught part of that last one. I'd like to comment about the Bambi thing.
Okay, go ahead.
If you've ever read the book that it was based on, all of the Bambi movies sucked. Because that book was freaking one of the best books I've ever read. Like, it was like, man, there's some shit going on in that one.
And isn't the book actually take place in Europe, not North America?
I can't remember that part. It wasn't like necessarily relevant. It could be either. I mean, it's like basically, yeah, it was like Bambi, A Life in the Woods, but it's like it could be anywhere. It wasn't really relevant where it was. They hunt in Europe, or they did at the time the book took place.
Yeah, I think they just changed the location because, the U.S., it's made in the U.S. now, so they changed this a lot of the characters to U.S. animals.
Well, Bambi is that a Spanish or Italian word for
I think
child?
Bambi's Italian. I think Bambi's Italian.
Okay.
I don't know because, and what's funny is the only people I've ever met named Bambi were women who were, their parents just loved that movie, so they named their daughter Bambi. Except one guy. When I was in 6th grade and we did the 6th grade camp thing. I don't know if that's a thing in Canada. We had one of our camp counselors was a Kenyan man. And this guy was, if I remember correctly, the guy was fucking 7 feet tall and built like a brick house. And his name was Bambi. And the only thing he said in a deep voice that he had was like, anyone who makes fun of my name will get in trouble.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, I'm not named after the deer. This is a name that, has been in my family for years.
Yeah.
And, where I come from, lots of men are named Bambi. And it has nothing to do with the films or the book.
Yeah. I got to agree with Richie on the toaster thing. Just Brave Little Toaster right away. Well, it happened after the time when I would watch that kind of stuff. But just the name, I'm like, nah, I'm out.
Well, I will say this: the original Brave Little Toaster is a great movie.
I can't. I just can't. The name alone, it's just like, no, you're anthropomorphizing too many things. But anyway.
Well, the thing is, it's same thing like Toy Story.
Okay, yeah,
Brave Little Toaster is like Toy Story, where they all act inanimate when people are around, but when no one's around,
I don't want my appliances to be anthropomorphized. It's one thing if toys that are like somewhat like that's an imagination every kid has had, that their dolls or bears or whatever would come to life, right? Like that's a thing. Nobody's ever thought, geez, I wish my toaster was fucking animated. Because if it did, then you would blame it for every burnt piece of toast. Yeah, right? Client story. Yeah. Just know.
Well,
I just know. Like, I'm sure
okay,
it's adorable, but no.
I will send you 2 of the
No.
songs from that movie on Instagram if I can find them after the stream.
Oh,
Because those songs are actually really good.
yeah.
For the next sequel on the list that I'm counting, Cars 2.
Yes.
I think I liked that.
I do remember, but that's the one where Mater becomes a secret agent, and they were leaning heavily into the Larry the Cable Guy stuff, which, because he was popular, they emphasized his character, and I didn't like that aspect. The race is okay, but the subplots were stupid, so I would give that one a 4 out of 10. Maybe a 4.5. What about you guys?
I'm not even sure I remember it, to be honest.
Well, I've actually been to the original Soda Springs, the place that actually inspired the cartoon movie. The guy actually did a good job with the decorations in the streets and the buildings. Part one was great. I loved it. Part two was nonchalant. Like I said, the race was good, but the Mater subplot B story was par for course, not par for course, but it was watchable. I still like Owen Wilson's character better.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to give it a 2 or a 3, but it was not.
I'll give it a 5.
Cars 3 was the far better sequel, but I'm just counting direct sequels right now.
Okay, yeah. Cars, I give it an 8. Cars 2, I give it a 5. Dandelion?
Like I said, I vaguely remember watching it. It's one of the ones I think I watched with my nieces, so I was probably only kind of paying attention. Yeah, see, I'm okay with Cars a little bit. Like, even Cars kind of leans in a weird direction, but appliances, yeah, I agree with you on appliances. No to anthropomorphizing appliances. This is bad enough. They're all like smart appliances these days. I mean, obviously, I don't have any of those, nor would I ever buy one, but
Yeah, you got smart toasters, smart refrigerators. What's next? A smart dildo?
I don't want that.
You want to know something that's funny, Dandelion? In the Brave Little Toaster, the cars are also anthropomorphic.
Yeah, but cars, I guess because cars move around. But then, if you've seen some Stephen King, you kind of like don't want anthropomorphized cars.
Well, what's funny is one of the songs I was going to send you is actually sung by Cars.
Oh, good.
In Brave Little Toaster, and it's all God. I don't want to spoil it, so I got to give it to you later.
That's okay. It just seems like some things possibly were thought of while people were like smoking too many drugs. And I mean, I'm all for drugs and like, expanding your mind, but there's a limit in my mind. I know you know what? If people enjoy it, that's great. I'm just not gonna go there. But I appreciate you sending me songs. I'm sure I will have them stuck in my head all week. But so the Cars 2 thing, I can't grade it because I can't remember it well enough. I think the Planes 2 I remember more. Maybe that was the Planes 1.
Well, are we going to count the Planes? Because Planes is same universe as Cars. So would we count those as sequels, or would we count them as a new movie?
They could be just sequels, in which case that Planes movie where he turns into like a firefighting plane.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed that.
When we get to the P's, we'll talk about it.
All right.
We're still on the T's.
Okay. Super duper.
All right, so next is Cheetah Girls 2. Never saw the first one, don't know anything about the second one, so I say skip.
I've never heard of them.
All right. It's one of those singing ones that Disney produced at the time. They were all direct to video.
Have a good breakfast, Gap.
All right, Chicken Little 2. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch Chicken Little 2. I remember the first one, I'm thinking it was pretty good, but I don't remember anything about the sequel.
Yeah, see, you had children, and I never had children at the time when some of these movies came out, and I just never saw a lot of them. So I didn't see Chicken Little or Chicken Little 2.
So we'll skip that one. Cinderella 2 Dreams Come True.
No,
Definitely
no,
a 1 in my book.
Never saw it.
it's a negative
I
one
remember
in my
seeing
book.
I remember seeing it because, you're absolutely right. I got kids. Katty loved Cinderella 3, but 2 was just bad. It's 3 vignettes put together, so it's like 3 episodes of a TV show that didn't actually occur, and the only one of them is even decent at all. It's when one of the stepsisters falls in love with a baker. The other ones are just stupid. So yeah, as a full movie, that one's definitely like a 2 in my book.
Yeah, I couldn't even I haven't seen it. I'm sure some of these I've seen, but I don't even know if I will remember any of them. But I'll stay for a bit.
All right.
You already did the Witch
I'm going to skip
one?
a couple of these.
Okay.
And I'm going to go to one that you may have seen because I'm going to give this one a solid 7. D2, The Mighty Ducks. That's the one where the team of the Mighty Ducks characters go to like the Junior Olympics type thing.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, I agree. Yeah.
I don't even remember the first one, to be honest. I know it was like
He got sent to community service, and coaching the hockey team, ragtag misfits. They got them all together. They wanted the game. Yay, everybody camaraderie, all friendship. That was a movie.
Well, that's how those kinds of movies always
D2
are.
retreads a lot of those points, but instead of him starting out low, Coach Bombay starting out low, he starts out high and on a high horse. And he has to be brought down by his team, which is a good inversion of the plot points. Plus, they're bringing in new characters that now have to mesh with an established team. So, yeah, I think it works.
Cool.
I liked D2, the Mighty Ducks. Solid 7 out of 10 in my book.
Nice.
What about you, Elihu?
First one was a 10. Second one's a 9.
Really, that high? Awesome.
Yeah. I'm not a big hockey fan, but I like the movie.
And has any of you seen the Descendants series? Because the next one will be Descendants 2.
No.
All right. So I've seen this one because of Katty. She was a huge fan of the Descendants. It's another musical where basically it's the descendants of Disney characters. So it's all about their kids, where the villains turn into good guys type thing, or the kids of the villains turn into good guys. And a fun story about Descendants 2, specifically. As part of my job, I do various things where I build displays in Walmart. And one of the displays I once had to do was about Disney-themed merchandise during Halloween. And the big film at that time was Descendants 2. So I'm building this display of Halloween-themed jewelry where a bunch of teenage girls see what I'm packing out and just start wanting to go over everything. And no, the good guys, not all the good guys turn into villains. I mean, they'll have like villain moments, but it's mostly because they're being bigoted towards the villains. So, but it all works out in the end.
It sounds like Tiny Toons, but not as cool.
I'd say some of the acting is actually pretty good, considering the roles and everything.
Right.
I don't know about the further sequels because I don't remember as much. But the reason I remember Descendants 2 was, as I said, when they were building this display, or when I was building this display, these teenage girls see this Descendants 2 merchandise, and they start singing one of the songs from the movie and start walking in a circle around me and the display I'm building.
That's awesome.
And the song they were singing was the villain song, which, if you know anything about me, I love myself a good villain song, and this one actually is pretty good.
Did you join in?
No, I didn't join in because I didn't know this. I'd only seen the movie once at the time. But I was confused because, I had to ask Katty about it afterwards. But the main tag for the villain song is "What's My Name," and it's so they're going, "What's my name? What's my name? Say it louder!" And they're like singing the song and circling me as I'm building the display. It was like one of the weirdest thing in the middle of a fucking Walmart.
That's Walmart. What do you expect, dude?
Weird, but you know, it's Walmart. These things are gonna happen.
And we got LDB back.
What do you think you were, Target? Please.
Oh man, I'm sorry. They picked me up, man. They just left me in the middle of some bathroom in the outhouse nowhere. I had my ID on me. No, sorry, this is wrong channel.
Yeah.
Elihu started me. Okay, he cranked it. Sorry. Hey, what's up? What are we talking about? Sorry, I'm late.
We're talking about Disney sequels right now and ranking them.
Disney sequels. Well, I thought the title was like Elihu versus Mike and StarGate.
Yeah, we're gonna do that last. We're going in reverse order.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
He cannot find his math.
So, as I said, I'm going to give it like a 6 or a 7. It was even though that experience might have creeped me out. Having a bunch of teenage girls circle me and make and start singing, but it was memorable enough that that song is like one of the funny songs that I'll go to occasionally, just because it's actually a good, decent villain song too.
Dude, next time that happens, break out Beyonce. Say my name, say my name, say my name.
Yeah, I'm sure Vile's going to get right on that.
Yep. All right, I'm skipping a couple more because they're Marvel or they're another part of another universe type thing.
Oh, while you're looking, I just got some nerd news here. It's highly, highly, highly rumored and possibly almost confirmed that Cillian Murphy will be playing Voldemort in the new Harry Potter series.
I don't care. I'm not going to watch the Harry Potter series. I'm not going to do anything that benefits J.K. Rowling. Sorry.
Well, it does follow the books, but I'm still going to watch it.
You're going to watch it? Because I'm not.
I'm not paying for it. I'm going to watch it. She's not making a profit off of me.
I might pirate that one.
Yeah, she's not going to make a profit off of me. I'm not going to pay to watch this.
All right, so as I said, I'm going to skip a couple. Okay, an extremely goofy movie.
Oh, Pauly Shore.
No.
There's no way I saw that.
Pauly. The week.
I couldn't tell you anything about it. But so I'm going to...
I've been a little anti-Disney for a really long time. Like... My sister's like all about the Disney stuff, but I've always been kind of like very meh on Disney. Like I never liked Disney cartoons. I always preferred, Warner Brothers. But yeah. Anyway.
All right, so basically the plot of this one is Goofy's son Max is going to college and Goofy joins him at college. So it's kind of like Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield, if you ask me.
Yeah, I was thinking Back to School. Yeah.
Isn't Goofy like completely dumb?
Well, that cow did get hit in the head. That's why it became Goofy. So yeah.
So yeah, I don't remember. I know I saw it, but I don't remember it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. I'll be able to give it a score.
It seems reasonable that you would forget it. It sounds forgettable.
All right, Fantasia 2000.
0.
Again,
oh god,
it's one I know I saw. I don't remember enough of it to be able to give it a score.
Yeah.
0.
Fantasia 1900. I mean,
dude, Fantasia original, the masterpiece, music. It was great, stoned and sober.
I didn't quite skip it. Elihu, Richie. The reason there was a sequel called Beyond Witch Mountain, but apparently that's the third one. We haven't hit the Escape from Witch Mountains
I would
sequels
have
yet.
to say those would be my favorite ones of all the
originals.
Disney movies.
The originals, right?
Fantasia?
Yeah, the originals, not the
Dwayne's.
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean original?
But I guess the actual sequel is in the R's for Return from Witch Mountain.
Yeah.
So
I haven't even
all
heard
right,
of that one.
we're in the F's. Finding Dory.
Dory?
Yeah,
Finding
the sequel
Dora.
to Finding Nemo. And you know what?
Yeah.
I
I
liked
didn't
it.
like it. I didn't like it as much as Finding Nemo, but you know what? It's a freaking solid movie. 7 out of 10.
I would concur with that.
Especially with the different meaning for the word finding in this case.
Yes.
Because in the first one, it's literally about your son is lost and you're trying to find him.
Yeah.
This one, it's about recovering your lost history. A different meaning for the word finding.
Yeah.
So the title alone is great.
I really enjoyed it, actually. I thought it was pretty well done. Like, it wasn't the same kind of movie, really, but I thought it was quite good.
All right. Next one is Fox and the Hound 2. Never saw it. How about you guys?
Saw it. I only saw the original.
No, I think Fox and the Hound was like the first movie my sister and I ever went to see at a theater alone. I think we were in England and we went and saw it together. So we had to have been like, I don't know, 8 or something. Because where I lived, we didn't have movie theaters. Like, there was no movie theater. It was like an hour's drive to the closest movie theater from where I grew up. So I honestly didn't see a lot of movies because I just didn't have access to movies.
10 Europeans.
But when we were visiting family in England, we went and saw Fox and the Hound.
All right.
I don't think I saw the sequel.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I've
the
never-
next
no
one on the
sequel.
list, I have to say, I started watching it with my kids, but we all hated it and didn't finish it. It's the sequel to the remake of Freakier Friday with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, no.
But I never
Patty
saw
Duke.
Freaky Friday, so.
Patty Duke.
But on the same
Well,
token, I really like Jamie Lee Curtis, so it's not like I wouldn't see it, but I just didn't think I could really handle Lindsay Lohan, to be honest.
It kind of reminded me of the they were trying to remake The Parent Trap.
Right.
Well, it's a remake of freaking
The original
Freaky
Freaky
Friday. So,
I know.
yeah.
I know, but I didn't like the Lindsay Lohan, Jamie Lee Curtis version.
I love Jamie Lee Curtis in it, but
Yeah, I said I didn't like that version.
yeah. So
I
yeah,
give that a 2. That's
the
a
fact
2.
that it was so bad we couldn't finish it, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right, Frozen 2. Who saw that one?
Let it go. Just let it go. Next. Let it go.
I stopped watching Disney movies a long time ago.
I didn't hate
unfortunately.
it. I didn't hate
But I
it.
heard they made Frozen just so that they would Walt Disney Frozen head would stop coming up on Google first. No, I'm serious. That's why they call it Frozen. Now, if you type in Disney Frozen, the movie comes up, not some weird, messed up story about freezing Walt Disney.
Well, for
Oh,
Frozen
boy.
2, the conspiracy theory aside, it's definitely not as good as the first one. But it's not horrible either.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
The first Frozen was a 9. The second one was a 7.
All right, so next is one I think was also a Fox one, so I'm going to skip it. Was George of the Jungle Disney or Fox?
Disney owned,
I
then
thought
Fox
it was
owned it.
Disney.
I think it was Disney.
Disney, then George of the Jungle 2 came out, then Fox.
Let's
Maybe
see.
it got
I'm
sold after.
I believe that's where it was. First one was Disney. Second one was
Disney
under the
didn't
Fox
own
umbrella.
Winnie the Pooh at first.
okay. No, it's a full-on Disney picture. So yeah, it counts. So George of the Jungle 2 is the sequel. So I'm going to say that one is a solid 3. Because one, Brendan Fraser does not return. The only person that returns is the villain. What's his name? Thomas Hayden Church. Everyone else has been replaced.
Or are you talking about the real life one? Isn't there
The
movie
live action. We're talking about the live action.
Oh, the live action, not the cartoon one. Okay.
You know where George
I don't
didn't
think
make
there
fun
was
of
ever
wearing a
there was
dress,
never a
calling a butt
movie
flap?
for the cartoon.
There wasn't? Oh, I could have sworn
No.
there was. I thought it was quite popular.
It was a live action.
Yeah, the first one was Brendan Fraser, which took place in San Francisco. The second one was the guy basically, he's like, Oh, you're looking for Brendan Fraser? He's too cheap for studio. That guy.
So yeah, I'm not saying it was horrible,
Watch him
because
at
I
20,
think
something like
horrible is
that.
a 1 or a 2, but yeah, it was definitely not great.
He was basically acting like Brendan Fraser, not acting like George of the Jungle. That's what was
Yeah.
sucked about it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at these images, and he reminds me of Encino Man.
Yeah, was around the same
Well,
time.
Encino Man, Brendan Fraser played the titular Encino Man, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's like very similar. It's like he's doing the same thing, getting typecasted.
He in George of the Jungle 2, I forgot the actor's name. He was acting like Brendan Fraser, but acting like George of the Jungle. He was not acting like George of the Jungle. He was acting like Brendan Fraser. That's why it sucked. He should have just acted like George, and not try to be Brendan. That would have made it better, in my opinion.
But he does that with all his movies for the most part. I mean,
We're talking about the George of the Jungle 2. He was not acting like George. He was acting like Brendan Fraser playing George.
yeah,
That's what sucked about it.
All right.
It's like watching The Rock in any movie. You're not watching the actor. You're watching The Rock.
Yeah, he's not a thespian. He's just a guy who Paris lands and blocks. That's Dwayne.
So what is
It's
your
only-
score, Elihu?
-3.
All right.
I didn't like George of the Jungle 2. I hated it.
All right. So next one is one I haven't seen that I'll count is Halloween Town 2. I never saw the first one. I never saw the second one.
Nope.
All right. Now here we go. Herbie Rides Again, the first sequel to Herbie.
Yes, that's a solid 10.
I seem to remember really enjoying that.
That's a
Couldn't
solid
tell you
10.
anything that happened in it, but I remember liking all of those movies.
Every
All right,
Herbie
yeah.
movie except for Lindsay Lohan is a 10. Her movie was a 9. I'm sorry, I'm a Herbie fan. I loved the Herbie movies when I was a kid. Sorry.
All right.
I wonder what came first.
Have you ever got? Okay, hold on. Do you guys ever play the Slug Bug game?
Yes.
When the version that me and the kids have played, we don't actually hit. We just count points. And one of the rules we have is if you call a Herbie the Love Bug, as in like one that's decked out to look like Herbie, that one's worth 10 points as opposed to just 1.
Right.
So we've always loved the Herbie movies. So yeah, I wouldn't give it a solid 10, but I'm going to give it a 9 at least.
Okay,
My
9.9.
niece and I made up a new thing for the Punch Buggy game. We did Huggle Buggy instead. And then you have to like hug the other person vigorously, like,
Punch
shake
Buggy's
them,
better.
hug them, which was really fun with that particular niece, but my other niece hated it. So that was just
Punch
a
Buggy
neat
blue,
kind of game.
Punch Buggy yellow, Punch Buggy right, Punch Buggy red, Punch Buggy orange.
No, it was like Huggle Buggy gray, Huggle Buggy white. And then you like give them a vigorous huggle.
Well, the only part I wouldn't be able to do is because driver wouldn't be able to hug.
Right. There's that issue.
All right. So next one on the list is Hercules 0 to Hero, which I don't think would count because even though it's okay, by my criteria, it has to be a direct sequel. But what it is it's Hercules after the original movie telling stories from when he was a kid.
No.
So yeah, I don't know if I want to count that one as per my own criteria, but either way, it was not good. I'm not going to give it a score though. High School Musical 2. Who watched that
0.
one?
0. Nobody in high school watches High School Musical. That's a 0.
I don't actually think I ever watched those High School Musical movies.
I know
which is weird,
Katty
because
made
that's
me
like
watch
the
the
kind of
first
movie
one.
I would totally watch, but I just didn't.
Yeah, I'm not going to count it. Well, I'm not going to give it a score because I don't remember. I may have watched it, but the first one sucked, and I'm sure the second one sucks even more. Another one
Okay,
I
real quick.
want. It's on my list to watch, but I haven't watched it yet. Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to watch that, but I have not.
I saw it. It was okay. The first one was better.
Yeah, it was
Mm.
creepy.
I saw parts of it, like the part where Adam Lambert is singing. I saw his song. That's about it, though.
And so, real quick, it says here, I was looking up something because I was curious to see what came first, Herbie or Bumblebee. And of
Herbie.
course, I guess Herbie came first, and then
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I was like, well,
Yeah,
isn't that
dude.
interesting? You both have a VW Beetle that's alive, right? So I wonder if one was inspiration for the other, though there's no documentation on that. There is, I guess, documentation stating that Michael Bay specifically made Bumblebee not a Beetle because of Herbie.
No, he didn't do that because of Herbie.
Yeah.
He
Like,
did it
yeah,
because
specifically.
Volkswagen wouldn't give him the rights to use their car as a violent character.
Because of the
That's
German
why.
history. Yeah,
Oh.
because of the German history, dude.
Then why is it? Then why did it find a source here?
That might be one of the sources, but it was also because remember, Transformers is a toy licensing thing. After now in the 80s, Volkswagen gave permission to use the Beetle as a Transformer, but since then they stopped allowing it. That's why during the 90s and 2000s, Bumblebee was always, his toy was always a Beetle-like car, but not necessarily a Beetle. And even like one of the things that sucked royally was during the licensing for like the Alternator series, which is a series of Transformers that I enjoy. One of the cars licensed from Volkswagen at the time, they allowed the car to be made, but the weapon that they wanted to include was not allowed. So this was the only car that didn't come with a weapon because Volkswagen said we didn't want our car to be violent. So yeah, it was one of the things that sucked about it. But yeah, it has nothing to do with it. And besides it, we're going on to the next movie. Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco. How about that one, Elihu, Mr. San Francisco?
1. How many times these damn dogs are gonna get lost? Come on.
Yeah. Again, it's when I watched as a kid, or at least a teen, or tween. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 1 as well. It was bad.
I probably didn't hate it, but to be honest, that's another one where the book was better than either of the movies. I read a lot of books that the movies were made from. So if it came from a book, then I probably read the book and never saw the movie, or I don't know, the book was really good, but I don't remember a sequel. So, I mean, I know I saw the movie and the sequel.
All right.
I probably didn't hate it. I probably liked it because, I like dogs and cats. Well, I don't like cats, but I like dogs.
Sorry. I from what I remember of it, it was just the same beats as the first movie with a worse cast. So
yeah,
I'm going to give it a 1. All right, next one on the list is Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
No. I'd rather see them shrinking. It was a lot better.
Oh, what was wrong with Honey, I Blew Up the Kid?
I think that one was way worse than the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Well, the first one was classic, first of all, because it was something nobody else is. Well, not necessarily. It was very unique.
It was like Land of the Lost, but
yeah, I mean, but it was. Yeah, I mean, I think all in all, and then you had some really good actors. You had the guy from, you had the guy from Max Headroom and everything. Yeah,
David Fuhrer.
But yeah, the second one wasn't bad. But they were doing the whole reverse thing. So instead of, make people small, you make a person big. And I don't know. I mean, I didn't hate it. I mean,
I'd give it a 5 out of 10. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't that good. The effects are certainly dated now. I mean, more so than the first movie. So there's that. But the message of the movie was good.
Tone. I think the first movie had that, like I said, a not darker tone, but it had more of a realistic tone to it, right? Like the neighbors were believable. There were moments there. It wasn't all like, the second movie seemed more branded,
Ooh,
and more
nice.
PG, more G
Sorry.
rated, I guess is the word I'm looking for. You know,
Pardon.
Sorry. So I was just watching
Well-
something on the news. The shoe store is having an 80% sale off today. Sorry.
What shoe store?
The mall is closing. Only two stores are open. A shoe store and Panda Express. Today's the last day of the mall, and the shoe store is having a sale 80% off shoes. Like holy shit! Sorry, also distracted for a moment.
Apparently.
All right,
Hopefully
next
you
one on
don't
the
have a
list.
super common size of foot. Because if
Go
you have
ahead.
an unusual size of shoe, then you're probably more likely to find something.
Yeah, that's why I was like distracted. Like holy shit, really? There's already a line too.
Mhm. Well, that sucks. I'm not waiting in the line just to pay less for shoes. All right.
Yeah,
go on.
I
Next
know. But
movie?
yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, please.
The
Sorry.
next one is another solid one in my book. Hunchback of Notre Dame 2.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Okay.
I didn't see
One-
your life story, dude. Sorry.
Well, first of all, the first move, I didn't really like the first one, Hunchback of Notre Dame, except for the villain song. That song rocked. But the Disneyfication of that story is so fucked up. I'm sorry. The fact that they actually made a sequel where Quasimodo falls in love with somebody else. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's it's a 1 in my book.
I don't even know if I saw the first one, to be honest.
It was a love story, musical love
Well, it's
story.
also a heist movie.
Oh yeah.
For the sequel, you have a bunch of, apparently one of the bells in Notre Dame is covered with jewels and people are trying to steal it. I mean, it's so fucking stupid. It's a 1. All right. Well, so for those who've seen it, I give it a 1. Anyone else?
I give it a
Yeah.
1. I need more coffee. Oh.
All right. The next one is actually a good one in my book. Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
That is a solid
Absolutely.
10.
Yep. Enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That goes directly. The opening sequence is directly from the closing sequence. I loved it.
Yeah. I don't think I can give it a solid 10, but a 9 for sure.
I'm still giving both of them a 10. I loved it, man. Original, I loved it.
Did you see it, Daniel Ann?
I did. Yeah, I liked
Okay.
it. I don't know if I could
What'd you-
give it a number grade, but yeah, I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yes, Richie.
Yeah,
All right.
probably not worth. I have a chicken called Phoenix.
Man, I used to live in Phoenix.
The
Uh,
weird thing is that chicken now follows me into the house
excuse me.
because of the time I rescued her from the muddy poop. Like I thought she was dead and stuck her in the compost, and then she wasn't dead. I told you guys that story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, now she follows me into the kitchen at the end of the day. Like she's usually waiting around the back door.
Food.
Yeah, pretty much. Now she just comes in to like check things out. Anyway, next movie.
Yeah. What's next on the
Inside Out
list?
2.
I didn't see those.
No, I have to give that a 6.
Really, I enjoyed it. I would. Mrs. Vile enjoyed it. Katty enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to give it a 9 out of 10.
The
I've heard
hockey
good
with the
things about
friendship
both
and the
of those
good,
movies, but I just, yeah, it wasn't really my. I wasn't. Yeah,
yet the way she kept on debating between hockey friends and her real friends, like that's not really. No, I used to be a teenager. This is not how we think. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry, Elihu. You were a teenage girl,
I know, I was a teenager.
but were you a teenage girl?
No.
yeah.
Having one teenage girl that already went through it, and 2 teenage girls right now that are going through it. Yes, it is very much on brand.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, dude.
All right. I'm getting in a 9. Did you see it, LDG?
think
I'm
he's-
sorry. What was it called again?
Inside Out 2.
Riley plays hockey. It was a hockey camp.
Inside Out.
Out. Two. It's the one where Riley goes to hockey
Oh,
camp.
that's the one with that funny meme looking people. Yeah, no, I didn't, but I've seen parts of it. It looked interesting. I actually kind of wanted to see it. Actually, was it good?
Hola, Mrs. Cardenas.
Yep, Mrs. Vile's in the chat. How you doing, babe?
See,
That
I
was
remember that
red hot
username.
guy.
All right, next one, Jungle Book 2. I know I saw this, but I don't remember a jack damn thing from it.
I don't remember two. I just remember the bare necessities.
All right, let me see if I can read a
there was a two.
synopsis real quick.
I didn't even realize there was a part two.
Jungle Boy 2.
The Jungle Book 2.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah, that was with that young kid. That was the animation.
Yeah, it was an animated one. Okay, apparently Mowgli is living in the man village and now has a little brother. Okay, yeah.
I've never heard of it. Sorry.
Yeah, I know I saw it, but I still don't remember anything from it. So yeah, I can't really give it a score.
That was 2003, so
wow,
I was already in big boy diapers then.
All right, next one on the list is Lady and the Tramp 2: Scamp's Adventure. And goddamn, there's another one I know I saw with Katty when she was growing up, and I don't remember a damn thing from it.
Scamp's Adventure? What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, remember the end of Lady and the Tramp where they have puppies?
Yeah.
And there's one puppy that looks like Tramp and three puppies that look like Lady? Yeah, Scamp is the one that looks like Tramp.
That is so funny how Disney could use the word scamp and be okay with it.
I was just explaining for Richie, not for you guys, because you've already heard the story. I don't repeat.
Wait, what's wrong with the word scamp?
Yeah.
What you do know what scamp means, right?
It's a homeless person.
That's a tramp.
Yeah.
Scamp
is just like a scamp is just
you're scampy. You could be scampy. You're a scamp. I don't know how.
I don't think it's a particularly. It's like a pretty low key word for you're being a bit naughty. Oh, you little scamp! Like
the definition of scamp is rogue, rascal, mischievous youngster, rascal, swindler, rogue.
Yeah,
that's a scamp.
Yeah, it's not like
okay.
a particularly.
I guess maybe I'm just from
thing.
New York and they use scamp a little differently. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, next one on the list is Lilo and Stitch 2. Stitch has a glitch. I don't remember seeing that one.
I do.
So what do you think?
It actually is a sequel because it's Glitch and Lilo. Lilo and Stitch and they're living in the family, and Glitch has a little problem because the aliens try to get to him. Yeah, it's a direct sequel to the first one. I agree. I give it an 8.5.
Really, that high?
Yeah, you should see Lilo. Glitch has a Stitch, dude. It's great. It's funny. You'll like it.
Maybe I will watch it. I've never seen it.
Add it to your list,
I don't remember.
Glitch has a Stitch. Add it to your
and
list.
Now one that I've seen multiple times because Katty fucking loved this movie. Lion King 2: Simba's Pride.
I saw that one. I've got
okay.
Yeah, I
where that movie would exist. And...
Okay, Lion King 2 is basically Romeo and Juliet, but they don't die at the end.
Well, then it's not Romeo and Juliet, but
what I mean is the premise. You know, hero's daughter and villain's son hook up.
Oh, okay, right.
And they try to explain it's not really Scar's son; it's like his adopted son.
Okay.
But yeah, it's got some. I will say the villain song is pretty good. If you've never heard it, go and watch the villain song. Andy Dick plays one of the bad lions, which is funny as all hell to me.
He's doing better, by the way, in case anybody wants to know.
Sorry?
He's doing better, by the way, in case anybody wants to know.
Was he doing badly?
Yeah, he almost OD'd a couple weeks ago on the streets of LA.
Okay, I don't keep track of celebrity peoples.
Well, it came across my feed, and a couple of his friends are followers of mine and friends, so in a circle.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now, I know if Katty was here, and I did send her a link if she ever wants to show up, I know she would give this one a 10 out of 10. I would have to give it at least a 6.5 out of 10. It's not bad, but it's definitely not as good as the first movie, period. And that alone would drop its score for me. Anyone else have seen it?
I'm sorry,
What
what was
movie?
it?
Yeah,
Lion
you didn't say
King,
the movie.
Simba's Bride.
Oh, The Lion King 2.
That one.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I
that
haven't
one. Sorry.
seen it.
No, neither
No.
have I.
See it.
All right, the next one is another one that is not necessarily too bad in my opinion. The Little Mermaid 2: Return to the Sea.
She got divorced. There's no need to.
No, I didn't see that. I mean,
Basically,
the
the storyline is
faster compared to the original story. So,
well, again, it's one of those ones where it's it's the next generation type thing. It's Ariel and Eric's daughter,
Areola?
and
You mean Ariel, not Areola.
did I say Ariella?
Yeah,
said
you said Areola. I
He
heard
said
sorry.
Areola. I heard you
I
say
did
Areola.
not hear that. Okay, go on.
And basically, her daughter wants to become a mermaid. Ursula's sister puts a curse on her, and they try to wall off her from the ocean because they want to go after her, blah, blah, blah. But moral of the story is the daughter basically becomes a mermaid at the end.
All right.
So it's basically Little Mermaid, but in reverse. So it's not too bad. The premise is kind of
Week.
out there. I don't think it would actually happen, but it wasn't a horrible movie. I'd give it a 6.
I've never seen it, but it sounds like the parents do not support the daughter's decision in life, so I'll give it a 1.
And another one that was bad, in my opinion. The first one was better, but the first one still wasn't that good. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Okay,
The
yes,
sequel
that
to
was good.
Maleficent.
That was
No,
good.
Mistress of Evil sucked. Are you kidding me?
That was good. I like the special effects.
No, special effects are nothing if it doesn't have a good story. And no, it was bad. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10.
That's the guy who likes. Never mind. You know what? We're not going to go there.
The guy who likes
All
what?
All right. Nothing. Go ahead.
I like
All right,
something, not nothing.
The next one is, again, another one that I did not really like as much as the first one. Mary Poppins Returns.
Oh my gosh. No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I hated that.
I mean, Dick Van Dyke didn't have to put on any makeup.
Is that an
like the old
old
guy, but
movie
still.
or is that like newer?
That's
It's
a newer movie.
It's hold on, let me
Was it 17,
Because
18?
Mary Poppins was like
2018.
what, 70s?
No,
Yeah,
it's 2018.
18. Okay.
That's the name of the
2018.
sequel. The original came out in 1964.
60s.
Yeah, it's the one. It's one where Dick Van Dyke played the old guy, and he didn't really have to put on any makeup this time. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then one of the reasons I wanted to do this list because I saw the movie in the last week, Moana 2.
I didn't see the Moana 2. I liked Moana 1. What did you think of number 2?
You know, for
Number 2 is Pooh.
overall, I have to give this movie a good 9 out of 10. It was actually really good.
Nice.
There's no, like, the main villain, you don't really see the villain of the story the entire time, which is something I like in a movie.
Right.
But there actually is a villain this time, whereas in the first time it was someone good who's just been corrupted. Which, again, during the first Moana movie, that was an excellent thing to do, to show that, evil is not necessarily something that is, something you're born with. It's something that can happen to you over time. Or you can be corrupted. So, yeah, I did like this one. The messaging was sound. The songs were okay. But, so, yeah, I'm going to give Moana 2 a good 9 out of 10. And it said, this is one of the movies that was an inspiration for doing this list.
8 out of 10 because they ever played the chicken gag.
But Alan Tudyk was the chicken.
They couldn't get somebody else to make bucking noises. Come on.
Well, they can't have Frank Welker always doing the chicken voices, okay? All right, next is another one that was a favorite of Katty growing up, Mulan 2.
No, Mulan. Mulan, first one's better. No.
You know, some of these didn't really need a sequel.
No,
is the thing,
exactly.
right? Like a lot of these, it's just why do a sequel? Unless you've got some really cool concept, don't do a sequel. Kind of, I don't know.
Well, I will say,
like when I heard Dwayne was saying we're making a live action Moana movie. I'm like, oh, good. It's not like they're not redoing a cartoon. They're redoing a fucking cartoon, a live action. I'm like, what? Can't you guys get any real ideas? If you're doing a live action, do a new fucking story. I'm sorry, I had to vent for a second, Mike.
That's fine. But for Mulan 2, considering, it was a direct-to-video, so the animation suffers, they still have Mulan trying to do a sacrifice, but instead of, it being, her life or her family's honor or something like that, it's literally marrying somebody she doesn't love. So that part is a little off, but you know what? It was still an okay movie. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. So if you haven't seen it, go watch Mulan 2. It's not horrible. And the friends, the male friends she got in the camp, the three, the fat short guy, this tall skinny guy, and the tall fat guy, they all fall in love in this movie, and the reasonings are actually fairly accurate. Like they each fall in love with one of the emperor's daughters, but they all fall in love for different reasons. And it's not just because they're pretty or something like that. They genuinely fall in love with them for who they are, not for their beauty, or their station in life. So yeah, I kind of like that aspect of it. Right. So the messaging is very good, I would say.
Nice.
All right. Next one on the list, which is another shocking one considering it's Disney. National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to go. I have a million things to do today. And
okay.
Sitting here.
Well, hold on. Before you go, have you seen National Treasure 2?
Oh, probably. I don't remember it, to be honest. I'm not a big National Treasure movie franchise fan. Oh, well, I do have a question before. Is there like a theme for Chris's show tonight? Is he doing a show tonight?
He is not doing a show tonight.
Yeah, his show's been postponed.
Okay. Is it because of weather or some personal stuff?
No, he had a headache yesterday, couldn't get all his work done, so he's going to work today to get his stuff done. That's also why he's not here today on my stream.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wasn't sure if it was weather related or just a personal thing. So, okay, well, if you're listening at all, Chris, I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, right, so we're doing Simpsons next. We're doing the Simpsons next week.
Okay, so the Simpsons thing you sent me was why. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I will see you guys again soon.
Have fun.
Right.
Later.
Bye.
For National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets, as far as I'm concerned, as a movie, it's a 5.
Oh, I forgot to ask Dandelion a question. Shit. Oh, hey, if you're still listening, can you put it in the chat? What kind of camera do you have, or your phone you have? Because that was a fucking awesome picture that Rory you sent me. You even got the previous system in there above Orion. I love that camera. That was an awesome pic, by the way.
I haven't seen it, so if she wants to send it to me on Instagram.
Oh, I'll forward it to you, dude. No problem. I'll forward it to you.
All right. As a movie, National Treasure, Book of Secrets gets a 2. Or, sorry, a 5.
Nice. 15.
Because, this time, one of the things they actually do is they kidnap the fucking president, which is funny as all hell to me. And, of course, secretly hidden inside Mount Rushmore is a pyramid of gold made by Native Americans. I mean, it's so stupid, but I don't care. It all as a movie, a 5. Because it has Nick Cage in it, it automatically becomes a 7.
There you go.
Yeah, anything with Nick Cage automatically gets a +2 score. What about you guys?
Oh, from my 17. Damn.
Anything with Nicolas Cage gets a +2.
In my book, yes.
If it's a 10, if it's
Like
12.
anything, like all
Yes.
of them. I mean, I like Nicolas Cage, but he wasn't
Not all of his
necessarily
movies
the
are.
best Ghost Rider.
Yeah, not all movies are good.
Yeah, Ghost Rider would be a 2, but because it has Nick Cage in it, it's automatically a 4.
Oh no. Is Nick Cage your Kevin Bacon?
No, but he's
Dude.
one of my favorite actors of all time because no matter he's always Nick Cage, but he can be in different versions of Nick Cage, which is funny as all fuck to me.
Dude, unlike any other actor, unlike any other actor, Nick Cage will take is a role. Like how much he doesn't care about the pay. He's like, does he like the script or does he not like the script? He just like, oh, I don't need the money. He's like, he has money. He'll only do a movie if he likes the script or not. If it's pays $50,000 for scale and he likes the script, he'll do it. If it pays $100,000 and he does not like the script, he will not do it. This is the kind of guy Nick is. He'll do something only if he likes it. This is why he's a good actor.
Yeah, I just watched the that one where he's like a drug lord. I'm sorry, gun lord, warlord.
Lord of War.
Lord of War.
Lord of War. Yeah, that was actually pretty good. It's funny too. He had a nice balance in that one. No one wants to buy a used gun. Used gun. It was funny.
All right. Next one on the list is Not Quite Human 2. Do you guys remember that one?
Yeah, I did. The robot. Yeah,
right.
Kirk Cameron.
What? Was it Kirk Cameron?
Oh, that's a nice Beetlejuice dandelion. Damn.
Not so human. It rings a bell. I just can't think of it.
Hold on. I'm going to go back to the first one because Kirk Cameron was definitely not in Not Quite Human 2.
I'm sorry. I'm just
amazing at this
camera. This camera dandelion has. Holy shit! And Terrace, Pollock. Damn, you got a good camera.
Yeah, Kirk Cameron is not in Not Quite Human at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was thinking of something else. So,
but yeah, it's one of the ones where scientist makes a robot. Robot's his son, and yeah, in all honesty, when I was a kid, I loved the Not Quite Human 1 and 2. The second one, it's sequelitis, but altogether, it's still pretty good in my opinion. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Is 2 the one where you hit the digestive problem with the hamburger?
No, I don't remember that part.
That was a funny scene. I forgot if that was 1 or 2.
It's the one where he tries to upgrade himself, but it goes wrong and he nearly dies at the end.
That's 2. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
The hamburger part was funny. Yeah, okay, yeah. That was 2. I'll give it a 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7.
I give it a 6.
Next one on the list is The Parent Trap 2, and I'm guessing that is the sequel to the original one.
Trap.
Yes, it is. It's the sequel to the original one.
Nah, it didn't need a sequel.
Yeah. So yeah, probably. I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to score it. All right, next one on the list, at least, that I'm going to go through: Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. And yes, we already mentioned Mulan 2, babe. If you want to give it a score. Did the original have a sequel? If you're talking about The Parent Trap, this is the sequel to the original. Richie. So yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean 2. You know what? That was back when the series was still good. I'm gonna give it a good, like we said, 7 out of 10. It was good. What about you guys?
Maybe a 6. Oh,
it.
Dandelion, turn down your ISO next time you try to take a picture. Sorry.
No, she's giving it a 7 for Mulan 2.
Yeah, sorry, I was loading a bowl.
All right. Now here comes the one that we were kind of talking about earlier, Planes. See, I don't know if I would have included Planes as a sequel. Sorry,
Cars?
Planes, Fire, and Rescue. Sorry. Because I would consider Planes a sequel to Cars as far as my
Is it a
criteria.
sequel or is it a?
No, Planes is a separate movie.
We were discussing before. Yeah, I thought
it's
it was
a separate movie.
Yeah.
It's like Cars, but they're planes.
But it takes place in the same universe.
At the same time.
Yeah. Like I said, it's like Cars,
but
they're
happening
planes.
after or during Cars?
Well, it takes place after, but it's. I think it takes place. It takes place after.
Okay.
But
and we know this specifically, like it mentions it.
Yes, because people are some of the cars from Cars make a cameo appearance in Planes
as their future selves. Okay.
No, not as future selves. They just make a cameo because it's a sequel. God damn it!
Yeah, but I'm saying, is it a cameo from them before Cars or cameo?
No, it's a cameo from them after Cars.
That's what I was
sequel.
Asking. What? But it doesn't say. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Cool.
Like if you were to put them in order in a timeline, it'd be Cars, Cars 2, Planes, Cars 3, Planes, Fire, and Rescue.
Oh wow, that's interconnected.
Well, I'm just saying.
After
so yeah,
Cars,
I don't know if I count it.
Let me see if I can explain this to him. After Cars 2, Planes came out, and some of the cars from Cars 2 showed up as a cameo in Planes. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes. Okay. So there's definite continuity established. Okay. Just asking. I don't know, man.
Now, if we're going to count Planes as Fire and Rescue
he's Florida man. He's Florida man. Remember that, okay? You guys explain something like
a kid. Star Wars, you can't even know when they're doing forwards or backwards anymore. Prequels, postquels, what if quills. I mean, I don't even know.
That's why I'm trying to point certain things out when I come to them, like the Beauty and the Beast sequels. I said doesn't count because they're technically interquels. They take place during the first movie.
That's the first time I heard that term, interquel. Did you make that up, or is that actually real?
No, it's an actual term.
Like I actually wanted to ask because I've never heard interquel before. Okay.
Interquel.
A movie. Interquill, quill, like a sequel, but interquill. What?
Never mind. But like sequel, it takes place after. Prequel takes place before. Interquel takes place during.
Yeah, during.
So, like, if you were going to count Star Wars, Rogue One is an interquel. Solo is an interquel.
Gotcha.
Clone Wars, the movie, is an interquel.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Mandalorian and Grogu will be an interquel when it comes out.
Obi-Wan is a prequel.
No, Obi-Wan is an interquel. And it's a series, not a movie.
Okay.
So what do you call a movie? What do you call a movie that happens within a movie that happens within a movie?
Spaceballs.
Well, you give me an example, and I'll give you a name for it.
Well, I don't know. Doesn't Star Wars have that? I mean, for Pete's sakes, isn't Rogue? Aren't some of those interquels actually like integrated with each other?
What's the next movie on the topic?
Pocahontas 2: Journey to a New World sucked royally. 2 out of 10.
Yeah. Didn't need to go to Europe. We already know the story. Come on, no. Just the first one's better.
All right. Next one on the list that I'm skipping a couple because I don't think they count. Princess Diaries 2: Royal Engagement.
Yes.
God. Still waiting for one I've seen.
Yes.
I've seen it. What's funny to me is what's his name who played Captain Kirk in the JJ films is the new love interest.
Pine.
Yeah, Chris Pine. Thank you, Elihu. It's an interesting. It's not needed, but at least they kept the cast for the most part. I don't. It wasn't necessarily that bad, but I'm only going to give it a 4 out of 10.
I actually liked it. I mean, I liked the first one. Well, except for the trope of the ugly girl becoming the ugly duckling becoming the swan thing. That little trope, I hated that part. But overall, that was a good movie. The second one, yeah, she's comfortable who she's with. She doesn't stop being a snotty princess like her mother or like her grandmother. Her grandmother's actually gotten down to her level and is actually communicating with her. I love that even better. It wasn't all standish. It was a little growth in her character, so I actually enjoyed that movie. I'd give it a 7.
Really, that high?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. Her character actually grew in that movie.
All right. Oh yeah. Fortunately, we're already to the R's because the next one's an R.
Arr.
And it's Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Oh, I was going to say Rescues Down Under 2.
Ralph Breaks the Internet. Is this?
Yeah, that's funny. That was a good movie. Yeah, I liked it.
I loved the first one, and I love the second one. I'm gonna have to give it a good 8.5 at least out of 10.
But just tell me real quick, how does he break the internet?
He doesn't really, but it's still fun.
What's the point of the title? Or give me the.
Have you not seen it?
He escapes the video game world and finds a path to the internet and goes everywhere.
Oh,
yeah,
and becomes a viral sensation.
All right, cool.
No, all right. The next one is one you were talking about, Elihu. Rescuers Down Under.
Down Under. Okay, yeah, that is
that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a 9. It didn't have the naked woman. It didn't have the naked lady and the couple in the window, but it's still a 9.
Wait, Rescuers Down Under. That's the sequel, or is that the first one?
Yes.
No, that's the sequel.
What's
the
Rescuers?
The Rescuers.
Oh, it's just the Rescuers. Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
You know the one when they were flying in the city had the one.
I remember now.
The naked woman.
It took a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I think the Rescuers Down Under is the first one of the sequels that I'd say is better than the original. I would only give the original a 7. I would give the Rescuers Down Under an 8.5. It was better than the original.
Do you know what you missed in the F's?
What?
Five Goes West.
That was not Disney.
It wasn't?
No, I think that was Universal or something.
Sorry. I thought the American Tail was Disney.
Literally, Don Bluth made American Tail against Disney when he was doing this stuff. So yeah,
Shit. Never mind.
All right. So yeah, Rescues Down Under, great movie. If you haven't seen it, the villain is fun. The story, everything about Rescuers Down Under is better than the original. I'm sorry. So yeah, 8.5. What about you guys?
I give it an 8. 8.3.
And now the one that Richie or Gap was talking about earlier, Return from Witch Mountain.
Escape was awesome. Return was okay.
Escape was great. Return was okay. Return gets a bonus point because of Christopher Lee. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 7 or 6 out of 10.
I will give it a 6.5 out of 10.
All right. Let's see. Next on the list is The Return of the Shaggy Dog.
That's Tim
I
Allen
don't
version,
remember this one. I know I saw it. I don't remember it.
Is that the Tim Allen version? Because I hated the Tim Allen version. I like the original Shaggy Dog, black and white.
No, this is it's a sequel to that one, but it wasn't memorable enough to give it a score.
Okay, I'll give it a 3. It should,
Yeah, I can't score it because I don't remember enough about it. All right, next on the list is Return to Neverland.
Not that memorable. I mean, they already defeated the pirates, so what's the point?
Well,
Can't seem to remember it either.
okay, it's another one of the Next Generation type things where it's, Wendy's daughter goes to Neverland, has some adventures. It's not bad. It's not good. I would give it a right down the middle 5. And then next one on the list, the Santa Claus to the Mrs. Claus.
No, that was a rushed marriage. No, it was kind of like a forced love thing. I didn't like that.
Tim Albert, right, or whatever his name is.
Alan.
Tim Allen.
The first one was is known as a classic now. I like that first one. But the second one, it was a rushed marriage. It's like, okay, find a wife, propose, rush, pressure. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Get a wife, or lose your weight, or stop being fat and being Santa. I'm like, okay, I can get a wife, or I can stop being Santa. Get a wife and stop being Santa. Be forced to marry somebody who I don't even know or anything. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Love is Blind Disney edition? No, I hated it.
Well, not only that, it brings up a really big continuity error in the first movie, because if that Santa Claus had been Santa Claus for any length of time, the one that he kills in the first movie,
yeah, he would have had a wife.
Then he had a wife, but they don't bring her up. So yeah, it any sequel that makes the first one worse is a bad sequel. And just like any movie with Nicolas Cage or Christopher Lee gets bonus points, in my opinion, at least so far in this list, any movie with Tim Allen gets a -1. So if this was a 4 beforehand, I'm going to give it a 3.
If this is a 0 in my hand, this is a -1. This is a -1 for me then.
This next one is on the list, but I don't know if I want to count it. You guys will argue about it. Shanghai Nights. That's the one with sequel to Shanghai Noon with Jackie Chan and Christopher Owen, or not Christopher Owen.
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson. Thank you.
Yeah, they
and
go
the
to
reason
London.
is it's on the list because it was distributed by Disney, but it wasn't made by Disney. So should we count it at all?
No, it's not made by Disney.
It's not made by Disney.
All right, so we're going to skip that one. Next one is made by Disney. Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit.
Oh, God. Oh, my Lord. It was okay. The first one was classic. The second one, it did the same thing that other movie that we talked about, like Honey, I Blew Up the Kids kind of deal. Like the second one got a little too G-ish, but not bad though. It was still good, but the first one was definitely better, and I don't think it hurt the first one either.
Yeah, I would have to get, as a sequel, the first one, the first one would be an 8 in my book. It was a great movie. I don't care. I might be an atheist, but fucking I loved that movie. Sister Act 2, it was retreading the same plot, but it did it in a good way. I'm going to give it a 7 at least. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
They were capitalizing way too much off of Whoopi's fame and money from that first movie. They thought, hey, let's do it again. It's Whoopi. She's a big star at the time. It was okay to box office, but it was not really okay movie plot wise.
Hold on, jumpstart my brain real quick. Was there Mrs. Doubtfire 2?
Mm-hmm. No,
I don't know, but it's not on. There's not one on the list. So
no, but there's alleged 2 hours of unseen footage of Robin ad-libbing shit that can never be that FCC and the censors will say, fuck no.
All right.
I want to see this.
Now I'm going to say this next one, but technically it's if you want to, you could argue that it's not necessarily falls in my criteria. Maybe, I don't know. Son of Flubber.
No.
Now,
Where are you finding these? I don't remember that. I know Flubber.
okay,
Son
no,
of Flubber.
sorry. Son of Flubber is a sequel to Absent Minded Professor. Now, we already did a sequel to Absent Minded Professor, but again, this was Son of Flubber was 1963. It was another sequel to Absent Minded Professor, but it didn't take the previous sequel into consideration. So it's still a sequel to the first movie, but so I'm going to count it, but I don't remember enough about it because I haven't seen it since, I was before I turned 10. So yeah, I can't remember. And the first version I saw was the colorized version, not the black and white version.
Yeah, I saw Flubber and the Son of Flubber. I really didn't like the second one. I was, as a kid, I was amused by the basketball jumps in the first movie, and the second movie was like, okay, it's gonna be like the first one, right? I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, this is kind of funny, but I really don't like it. It concentrates too much on a love story instead of the antics and the hilarity of the first one made it good. So I'm giving it a 2.
I couldn't give it a score because I just don't remember enough about it. Another one I haven't seen, Step Up to the Streets. I remember Step Up being really good, but I don't remember any of the sequels.
Why would you willingly watch a musical movie about teenagers and singing high school, that sort of crap? Oh wait, I forgot you have teenage daughters. Never mind.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah, I can't give that one a score. Okay. There's 2 sequels to Tarzan and Jane, and Tarzan 2. But from what I understand, Tarzan 2 is technically a prequel. So I guess we'll have to go for direct sequel being Tarzan and Jane. I did not see it, so I couldn't give it a score. You guys?
I did not. No, I did not see that. Cannot score it.
All right, so we'll skip Tarzan and Jane. That one's not out yet. Those are Marvel movies. That one doesn't count. Oh, now we'll go to Toy Story 2.
Yeah, that's a 9.
Yeah, all the Toy Stories are good.
Yeah, that's a 9.
I wouldn't say they're all super great, but I know the last one. I went and saw the last one. That was really good. But Toy Story 2 was good. I would say. As a matter of fact, I'd say that was on par with the first one.
Yeah, as a direct sequel,
I give it a 9 because of what Mike said. I would give it a 10, but Tim Allen's in it, so it's a -1, so it's a 9 for me.
Well, I'd give it a 9, so Tim Allen being in it drops it down to an 8, which is still a really good score as far as I'm concerned. All right, next on the list.
The sequel at all?
No, he didn't ruin the sequel, so it's still a good movie. Tron Legacy.
Horrible.
And if you would have asked me after I watched it the first time, I probably would have given that one a 4. But every time I rewatch that movie, it gets better and better. And again, like other movies, it's going to get bonus points because of the Daft Punk score. So I'm going to go ahead, after watching it multiple times, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
That's the problem, though. You're only rewatching the sequel. Rewatch the first one, and then tell me if then rewatch the first one.
Yes.
Then tell me about the sequel.
Hold on. Last week when we were talking about Tron Ares, I rewatched Tron Legacy before I watched Tron Ares, and yes, every time Tron Legacy gets better, and in light, I still like Tron Ares. So yeah, it gets an 8 out of 10 for me. I'm sorry, it's great. Tron Legacy is good. Sorry.
Tron Legacy is a 7 for me. I mean, the bikes, they kind of went over the top on that. The light bikes, yeah.
All right, so
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna
did.
skip a bunch more because they're like some of these I wouldn't count as Disney movies. Wild Hogs 2.
What is Wild Hogs 1?
That's the movie where Tim Allen is an aging guy and he gets his friends to
Oh, okay, I remember
do
that
a
now. The
motorcycle
motorcycle
thing.
ones. That's right, Martin
Yeah.
Lawrence. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Wild Hogs 1 was funny as shit. 2 was over. They're doing it again. Why? They already did it.
Well,
They already rode.
Wild Hogs 1 was not that good in my opinion. I would have given it a 2, which
It
means
was a
because
6
it
in
had Tim
mine.
Allen and it drops down to at least a 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sequel, I never saw the sequel, but if I just based on what I know about the first one, I'd give it a 0 out of 10.
Yeah. First one, they wanted to ride. They rode. Okay, that's basically it. They rode. Okay. Why do it again? There was no need for a sequel. Grown Ups 2, yeah, they needed a sequel. That was funny. But Wild Hogs 2, no. No, did not need a sequel.
All right. Next one on the list, and unfortunately, I have seen this one. Thank you, Katty. Zombies 2. Now, Zombies is not what you think. It's a musical where zombies are living, breathing people that they're not really undead per se, and they wear little wrist devices that make them still humanish, and they're in high school. It makes no fucking sense. It's stupid as all hell. The songs suck. I'm sorry. Zombies 2, even worse. It's a 1 out of 10.
Who does their hair? Oh my god. Yeah, this is bad.
And finally, has anyone else seen it?
Seen what?
Zombies 2.
No.
No, I'm looking at it though, and it looks corny as hell.
Yeah.
As all hell.
And then the last movie on the list, which is also the inspiration for this list, Zootopia 2, which I watched last week. Not as good as the original. I still enjoyed it. It actually had a pretty nice twist to it that shocked me a little bit. Like I didn't see it coming. I have to give that movie at least a 7 out of 10. It was good. And if you haven't seen Zootopia 2, go watch it.
Yeah, the animation. I love the animation that they do with that. It's like
I haven't seen part 2 yet. It's on my list. It's on my watch list.
All right, go watch it.
The animation.
And I really hate the fact that both Zootopia movies had me feeling weird things about a gazelle.
Okay.
A snake with one fang.
Well, it's explained in the movie why it only has one fang.
Yeah.
So, all right. We've gone through the entire list. And as I said, we were limiting to direct sequels. So none of the third or fourth movies, because a lot of these had third and fourth movies. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The last thing, even though it was the title of the frickin' thing and the thumbnail that Elihu made.
Dum, 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 dum.
I need to do logic before we talk. Okay.
Okay.
Do logic break.
Now
Quick
go
break
set it
for
up.
Elihu.
Set it up anyway. What is this? Like, what do you?
Okay.
Need a
You know,
referee?
have you seen the last episode of StarGate Atlantis?
The last episode of StarGate Atlantis. Yes, I do remember when they went back home and it made no sense because they abandoned an entire galaxy to the Wraith. Yeah.
Okay. Well, remember they were trying to stop a Wraith super hive.
Yeah.
Now, Atlantis lands in the ocean near San Francisco.
Yeah.
Now, Elihu made the claim that if Atlantis landed in the water near San Francisco would have been destroyed.
What are you, crazy? You were talking about this garbage last week. Is this a thing? Is this like a scrambled omelet conversation? Like, what is he like? It wasn't coming down super fast. It was, I mean, it wasn't, they warped into it, right? If I remember correctly, they did like a last second, all hail Mary, we either die or we're going to warp to Earth kind of thing. And they warp to Earth and they're in orbit and then they change direction to go land. Or did they come in
to
like
land because they're running out of power? So
Okay, they were running out of power. Okay, but they
Yeah,
weren't out of
Elihu's claim is the fact that they landed in the water at all, the wave or the something caused, would have destroyed San Francisco. My counterpoint is based on certain factors. No, it wouldn't have. So I got to wait for him to come back, and that way he can articulate his point better.
I mean, it's they had dampeners. It was Atlantis. They had all the technology for landing and not landing.
I get that. And
I mean,
that's going to be part of my points.
They were. That's what I'm saying. It's not like they were. If I remember correctly, they weren't out of control. They still had power. They were just running out of it, which made them had to land right away.
Yeah.
They still had control of everything. It's not like they were out of control and they randomly going down somehow at full speed or some shit.
All right,
and
so
then you got the technology, and then didn't they land right next to the bridge?
LDG, hold on.
Oh.
Try to be neutral. You'll be the judge since you're the other party. So try not to be on my side too much because I agree with you. But let Elihu make his point, justify his claim. I will make my counterpoint, and we'll see what you guys and the chat say. Because I did the math. Unfortunately, I can't show the math because, I'm streaming from my phone. But I will explain my points once Elihu goes through his.
This should be interesting. You did the math. I'd like to see the math that you came up with.
Oh, I'll explain the math.
Sorry, I'm making coffee. It's a little loud right now. Give me a minute.
Okay, so real quick though, I just need to confirm. Didn't they land next to the bridge?
They landed beyond the bridge, so outside of the bay.
Outside of the bay,
in the bay itself.
And did they show any rippling? Did they show anything like a surge of water hitting anything or anything? Like I'd have to pull it up again. I wonder. I think maybe there might have been a scene where you saw like waves coming away like towards the land, but it wasn't like it wasn't.
No, there was no scene of the ship actually landing. I believe they were inside the bay. I'm going to pull up the exact frame in a moment. One moment. Where's that frame at? Oh shit! Hang on. Let me go back here. Where are you? What the fuck is that?
While you're setting that up, I will say one small thing. You were talking about the new StarGate that's coming out, and we're talking about like what we would want to see. And I do think one particular thing is I'd hope that they are able to make their own 0-point modules now. I don't want that to be a crunch. Like they have to look for those things to do anything. I'm tired of that plot. They need to be able to make their own now.
About 20 seconds.
But I think that would be like the one coolest thing if they did in the new thing that they're making.
Let me know when you're ready, Elihu. I'm trying to do stuff in the background.
I will let you know when I'm ready. Shit, hang on. Damn it.
I mean, we all do that. You see a line.
Sorry.
If they bring Rodney back. God, I wonder how old he is. He has a YouTube channel, with his son.
Now that sorry, I was bringing up the video. Since Elihu's still getting ready, I'm gonna play the clip At least, hopefully, this is the right clip. So let's go ahead and watch it. Hopefully, I won't get dinged for this.
Here it is. I found it.
Hold on. Oh, I got it too. So hopefully, I won't get dinged for this. Please, YouTube algorithm gods.
What is it? It just says coordinates.
Coordinates to what?
Earth.
There is another ship that can help the Earth.
I know we're standing on
The city, exactly. The only problem.
VPN.
Yeah, but if we want to get there in time to make a difference, we need a full complement.
Where do you think I'm headed, Rodney?
See, there's no actual descent showing. They just land, and the next scene is them showing outside the bay. I saw that scene because that's Fort Mason on the right-hand side.
Sorry. Yeah, that's not the actual clip I was looking for.
No, if you go to time index 4432, you will see Fort Mason on the right-hand side, which means they are outside the bay. I just pulled up the clip.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the screenshot myself.
I know they're landing outside the bay.
Yeah, 4432.
4432.
Yes, go to 4432. Oh wait,
Well,
you're not on the full script. I'm sorry, that's the full.
Yeah.
It's
Hold
right
on.
when Moma. It's right when they're leading Moma out to the balcony. They show the show the bridge, and you
Yeah.
see Fort Mason on the right hand side, which means they are outside the bay.
Yeah, I know they're outside the bay.
Yeah.
But okay. Either way, they're within visual range of the Golden Gate Bridge. Now, go ahead and present your claim, as you suggest, and we'll go through it, and I'll show you why you're wrong.
Okay, so I had to get coffee. Ow. Okay. Conservative assumptions, basically. You have deep water, open ocean, energy can radiate outward and not reflect back. We keep general mass set. Basically, mass 1 times 10, 16 kilograms, okay? Descending speed is about...
Wait, hold on. How did you come up with your idea for the mass?
About 50. I estimated 15 tons.
Per what?
Oh, shit. Where's the top equation? Hang on a second.
Because my argument,
5 to 10 kilometers in I estimated that Atlantis was about between 5 to 10 kilometers in diameter.
Yeah, so did I. I chose 8.5 because that's the most common size based on visual representation.
Yeah, which is Atlantis is 1/3 the size of Manhattan.
So okay, so our sizes are comparable, but I chose mass of less than 2,000 kilograms per meter squared, based on the fact that without power and without adjusting, so no inertial dampeners, no nothing, when they ran out of power entirely during the show, the city doesn't sink, meaning that, and it's not conveyant towards buoyancy for the shape based on what we've seen on the underside of the city. That means the city itself has to be less dense than water. So that would mean that it would at most you could weigh it would be about 1,500 kilograms per meter squared, at most.
Well, it's very low for 5
Sorry,
kilometer
I
wide
think
city.
it's not 1,500. It's 1,000. So it'd be less than 1,000 kilograms per meter squared. So that the mass is less than water. Correct? Based on that criteria alone.
Correct.
All right. So already when you say 1,500 pounds or 15,000 pounds per whatever, I think you're overestimating the mass.
Well, I don't think I am. That's why I asked Joseph for some look at his past notes, but he never got back.
So
this is what I have with my math.
All right. So already I think you're wrong based on the mass. Depending on what you said, 15. Are you talking about per meter squared, or what was your mass total to begin with?
Let's see. Hang on, go back up to my top thing. Do. Uh, 10 kilometers in diameter. Shit. I hate Trig.
I just rewatched some of it. I mean, it was definitely
5
on fire when it was
kilometers.
coming down.
Okay, here's what I got for the ship dimensions. I estimated at diameter of 5 kilometers, which is about 3.1 miles. The height is about 1.2 kilometers. The footprint area is 19.6 kilometers squared.
No. It is not 1.5 kilometers. At most, they've said that the tower is 800 meters tall. That would make it 0.8 kilometers. They've stated on several episodes that the tower height was 800 meters.
It's 800. It's 870 meters
That's base
tall.
the tallest tower.
It's
Was 1.2
approximately
kilometers.
40. It's 4,000 meters. The diameter is, so it's 8,000 meters wide.
Yeah, so I have the radius as 4.25 kilometers when I did my calculation.
It says 4, but yeah, based on the official scaling of Stargate Atlantis DVD, it's 4 kilometers diameter. The main tower height is 870. The arm lengths are 1.5 kilometers, depending on each arm. Average tower is 500 meters tall and 80 meters wide. Arm thickness is 100
tower.
meters. The
right,
equivalent of the island of Manhattan in New York City. Internal volume.
Yes, but not necessarily the mass of for it. So that's why I had to do my mass calculation separately.
I gave it a conservative 1 to 5 trillion metric tons.
Trillion, because when I did my math based on the mass of a cylinder, which is one of the things I tried to show you on Twitter, the overall mass, because remember, you have to say that the materials made of the thing is less than the density of water. So you got that by itself. Then you got the fact that most of that cylinder, if you're going from tower to bottom of the ship, is mostly empty space. Because it's the tower, the air between the towers is not going to be counted. So, and the fact that only or less than half of the city gets submerged when it's in water, that would put the mass that actually enters the water on the same mass scale as aerogel. And I have the total mass of the ship being only 4 gigatons. So I have it. My math would had it at less than a third of what you have.
You're okay. I'm doing my math based upon human construction. You're doing your math based upon non-stated construction materials.
No, I did my math based on the fact that the city without any power does not flood and does not. So they got no technology reducing the mass at that point and during the episodes where they run out of power.
I don't think I pressed my statement right. You are basing your math. You are basing your math on what some made-up material it's made of. The city is constructed of, not real-life materials. That's what I base my math on.
I'm basing it on the fact that one, the bottom of the ship is not buoyancy advantageous. It's not boat shaped because we've seen the underside, and that's where they have the launch bay for the underwater launch bay for the jumpers. They have the hyperdrive stuff. They have openings. They have
boat, what do you consider boat shaped?
I was going to say,
well, it's not the shape of the city is not conductive for buoyancy.
That's why they have the arms. That's why they have the arms out. That's why. Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. The arms themselves are not conductive either because they have openings for the hyperdrive. We've seen the underside of the ship.
Oh, fuck. I wish Joseph
don't they have force fields and doors that shut when they need to?
But several times when the city has run out of power and had no power to run those force fields, the city still did not sink, did not take on water. That means the materials, regardless of what we're basing it on, have to be less. The overall mass of the city has to be less dense than water.
But wait a second. Wouldn't the air pressure from the keep the water down?
No, because that's not how air pressure would work.
If you take a cup full of air and you put it down in water, it doesn't fill completely.
But if you
up.
put
The air,
if you have a cup with a hole in the top and you put it in water, it would still sink. The fact that the city doesn't sink and it has a hole in the top means that the materials used in the construction of the ship without power are still less dense than water.
I don't know about that. I looked online, and the general consensus seems to be the mass is 100 million metric tons.
Yeah, well, I have it at 4 gigatons, which that's way less than a million metric tons.
Yeah, I was
100 million metric
5
tons.
trillion metric.
Yeah, 100 million that would be 100 gigatons. I have it at 4.
Yeah, 10. I got it basically at 10 plus trillion metric tons. That's how I got mine.
Well, I disagree with your assessment of how much the city weighs. Now, when you were talking about the Archimedes principle, that would discount mass entirely because we would just be going by volume, correct?
Yeah.
So the fact that when you brought that up, I was like, okay, so what's the volume that would actually go by? Remember, every time we see the city on the water, regardless of whether it has power, only the bottom half of the city is submerged. Correct?
Correct.
So any mass that we would have, if we did this, we're removing the mass from the volume equations, we are still left with an estimated 2 gigatons of volume 2 gigatons worth of volume for the mass of water, which is we know it's less than. So if you displace 2,000 gigatons of water, how big of a wave would that form?
Let's see. I have that down here in a second. Hang on. Here's my impact. See my fluid dynamics. See, water will instantly flash steam. Phase 47 liquefied. Massive shoreline flooding.
That wouldn't matter depending on the speed, and we don't necessarily know the speed, but we know that if it landed at all, it was probably a very slow descent when it actually displaced the water. So I put the speed at only 150 miles per hour.
Yeah, I calculated 150, dude. Now I calculated my speed with the retro rockets and the shields.
See, I didn't do the shields. I just did the mass of the city itself.
Oh.
If it hit traveling about 150 miles an hour. And I assumed 150 was on the very, very fast side of landing speed. So what was your speed? Because if right now the size of the wave would depend on the speed of the ship as it displaced the water. Based on the volume it would displace.
Let's see. Force mass acceleration. I got about 200 miles per second.
200 miles per second?
Divided by 60 seconds. 3.3 miles per second squared.
Holy crap! How you think it would land it at that speed?
Yes, with the acceleration, with the deceleration rocket and the shields. It's coming in hard from space, dude.
It would no. I don't think it was traveling nearly that fast as it landed.
I was calculating the speed of an asteroid to slow down with the effects of retro rockets and a shield. That's why I got 3.3 meters per second squared.
You're going by an asteroid. We're not talking about an asteroid. We're talking about a flat cylinder that's slowing down.
I used my base math from an asteroid impact. Okay, that's what I used my base math at. Then I used it.
I think
Then I
that's
used
part of
it.
your problem.
You had to have a control. You have to have a controlled mass substance, man. The only controlled deceleration, the only controlled thing that we have from Earth is an asteroid. So I use that as the base mass. We have no other. We have no other realistic impact scenario except for an asteroid. That's why. That's why it's the base mass.
I didn't do an asteroid, and I'm going to tell you why. One, the city is not asteroid shaped. The city is basically a snowflake. It's a flat cylinder. Correct?
I'm not talking about size. I'm talking about speed entering the Earth's atmosphere.
That would mean the best.
Dude, when I did my hang on. My calculations do not include any kind of shape or size.
Let me finish. The best comparison is the Apollo capsule's landing, not an asteroid.
No, because the Apollo capsule is 1/5 millionth of the weight of the city. No,
it doesn't matter. We're talking about aerodynamics at this point.
I'm talking about
the mere
object
shape
itself.
of the city.
I'm
Hold
looking.
on.
I'm
the
talking
mere
about the
shape of
size.
the city would not allow it to be traveling anywhere near the speed of an asteroid.
This is why I used the calculations of the shields intact with the retro rockets active. This is where I'm getting my math from. The shields were active along with the rockets.
Yes,
okay,
they were.
I'm talking about the shape of the size of the object, not the shape of it. The size of it. The only comparison we have for an actual size impacting Earth is an asteroid. That's what I use my base math on.
But
I
you
included the calculations.
You cannot use an asteroid because
I did not use any. I did not calculate. I did not calculate an asteroid's weight. I used only the speed of an average object entering the Earth's atmosphere.
And I'm disagreeing with your application of the speed of an asteroid because the shape of the city is more conducive to the shape of the Apollo capsule, shields or not.
Oh, God, I wish Jill was here.
Okay, first of all, the shields were visually enabled. And yeah, you're right. It would take more of a shape of the capsule. That makes more sense. Yes.
Which would massively slow down the speed of the Atlantis. Plus, an asteroid coming in from space is obviously traveling because there's no friction. Remember, Atlantis had stopped in Earth's orbit beforehand.
Yeah, they stopped. So you have terminal velocity to think about.
Your velocity is way too high.
They did not stop in the atmosphere. They were descending. They did not stop. They were descending.
I agree. There's no fucking way it was traveling 200 miles per second. I said on the high side, it was traveling 150 miles per hour. Your speed is way too high.
Well, actually, if you guys remember, this is actually workable because if they were going at a particular speed, they would just bounce off the atmosphere. How fast does the space shuttle come down when it comes down? Would have to be relevant, I believe.
To achieve orbit, which Atlantis didn't do, I believe the space shuttle and similar objects travel about 18,000 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, about 15.5.
Okay. Now, remember, Atlantis wasn't traveling even that fast. Because otherwise it would have achieved orbit and it would not have fallen into the atmosphere to begin with.
When the Apollo and the shuttles land, they used the atmosphere to slow it down. Atlantis came straight down.
Exactly. And the atmosphere would massively slow down something the shape of the Atlantis.
No, it didn't use the atmosphere. When the Apollo, when everything re-enters from Apollo or the Genesis or the shuttle, they come in at an angle and uses the atmosphere to slow down. Atlantis came straight, hard down like an asteroid. That's why I use my calculations for the mass of the impact.
But it had stopped in orbit, which means it wasn't traveling fast enough.
It did not stop in orbit. It was continually falling.
Exactly. So it would still not travel anywhere near the speed of an asteroid. At most, you're talking about atmosphere, or you're talking about speed of gravity, which was what, 37 meters per second squared.
They said they entered the atmosphere. They did not stop at the atmosphere. They entered the atmosphere, then they continued to fall to the Earth. just like
That
an
was-
asteroid.
That means they were.
It-
That means they were governed by the speed of the rate of fall
Yeah,
in
rate of fall.
which is 37
terminal
meters
velocity.
per second squared.
That happens
It's still
inside
not
the
hit-
atmosphere. They were in the upper atmosphere. They were reaching the atmosphere. 30
It
seconds
doesn't
to
matter.
fall is in the atmosphere. It does not happen
It
in the
doesn't
hemisphere,
matter.
troposphere.
It doesn't matter. It would basically mean that the maximum it could fall speed wise is terminal velocity on Earth.
Yeah, because when they jumped,
So your
they weren't
speed,
moving.
your speed, Elihu, is way too high.
I still don't think so.
I know you don't
That's what
think
we need-
so, but
That's why we need another person on here, man. So we
so
got two different maths here, man. One
so
one
when I
person's
did the
right,
math
one person's
based
wrong.
on the mass and the speed, and I said I was going conservative when I said 150 miles an hour as it hit the water. The largest the wave would be, based on the calculations of where it would have hit from visual range of the Golden Gate Bridge, the entirety of the size of the wave that would hit San Francisco would be between 10 centimeters and 2 meters, depending on the speed of which it landed, just based on the amount of water it would have displaced. And by that calculation, the average wave in San Francisco Bay is between 1 and 2 meters already. So, if the wave, based on the mass of the station landing near San Francisco Bay, would have been an extra wave that would be unable to be accounted for, maybe a slightly big wave, but it's nothing that the city doesn't handle on a daily basis, let alone during a storm surge.
What percent of energy
San
did you
Francisco
couple
would
into
be
the water?
perfectly okay.
What percent of the energy did you couple into the water?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, because I use 1%. I
Because
use 1% of the energy.
We're talking about the mass of the volume of the water being displaced.
Yeah, I use 1%. I was being generous. Use 1%, and I
use 50% of the mass that I calculated out.
Did you account for the retro rockets and the shields? No, you didn't.
As I said, I wasn't counting that. I was just going by the mass of the ship as it would have and the amount of water it would have displaced. Because you were the one who brought up Archimedes' principle.
Yeah, and I found my calculations because I used 1% with the shields and the retro rockets active. Because you remember from the first episode, if you remember from the very first episode when Atlantis took off, the retro rockets and the shields were active. So I used that in reverse, and I used kind of
not only
1%.
that, they don't have retro rockets.
That rocket they used to escape on the very first episode.
They don't have.
They used that to descend on another planet.
Period.
Okay, what was that rocket they used to launch Atlantis on the first episode? That's what they used to low descent on that planet they were currently on.
Hold on, that's a technology that we don't know how much thrust it's producing, and it's sublight engines. So we don't even know how much thrust it's producing, let alone what you're comparing it to for being retro rockets. I have no idea, so I wouldn't be able to calculate that, so I didn't do it.
Oh, I was basing it upon the Saturn V.
They're able to achieve.
Yeah, but again, Saturn V weren't retro rockets. That was just a fucking rocket.
A booster
and the
rocket.
amount of thrust needed. Hold on. Let me finish. The amount of thrust to break Earth's orbit is a lot different than landing on Earth. So even your comparison isn't apt.
We need a third person.
So, all right. As I said,
what about the momentum?
The momentum is just based on speed, and as I said, even at 150 miles an hour as it landed, which I said was on the fast side, the tallest the wave would be if it displaced the water. 2 gigatons worth of water being displaced, or two. Oh God, what's the 200 million cubic meters of water. There we go. That's the term I need to use. Being displaced would not create nearly as big a wave as you think it would. But that's also because you estimated 1.5 trillion cubic so your estimation for the volume being displaced pardon me, is what? 7.5 times larger than mine.
Yeah, because I, with my calculations, I put even 0.5% of braking, which weighs to be 20 to 40 meters.
Now, because of the square cube law, based on that, even then, based on my calculations, with the added volume being displaced, based on your calculations, not including the speed, because your speed would mean, yeah, the planet would be destroyed at the speed you're talking about.
No, it wasn't. Just major earthquakes.
Yeah, no. By the speed you're talking about and the mass you were talking about, that's about this. That's Chicxulub all over again. So there's no fucking way you're correct.
Actually, a larger asteroid impacted before Chicxulub and didn't wipe out the dinosaurs.
But I'm just saying, your estimation based on speed and mass is Chicxulub all over again. But so based on your mass and my speed, let's see, that would be at most, I said 2 meters. So you're talking about triple or doing that by the cube. So 2 meters cubed would be at least what? 16 meters tall. So yeah, that would be a bad wave, but it wouldn't destroy the city.
Well, if we had both of our calculations, you gotta remember the momentum must go somewhere, like shockwaves, tsunamis.
No, not if again, the momentum, if the momentum is being arrested by their anti-grav technology, momentum cancels out. That means you're only going...
do not cancel this unless they violate the conservation laws.
It doesn't matter. It's a spaceship.
In order to land us in that land safety, they need to cancel momentum without recreating mass. Basically, they decouple mass from gravity, dump energy into space-time with no matter, control fluid displacement activity. It's not thrust, it's metric engineering.
It doesn't matter. It's like dropping a hockey puck in the water. That's the best example I could make. You're dropping a hockey puck in water and measuring the wave it creates.
It does not cancel momentum without reduction mass.
I'm sorry. As far as I'm concerned, your mass and speed calculations don't matter. Or your mass calculations are way on the high side. Your speed calculations are way, way, way high on the high side. And the fact that you're factoring in downward thrust as part of it, no, I'm sorry. That every example we have of the ship in atmosphere means that the momentum would be canceled out based on the technology being used. That's why I had my speed so low, and I say low at 150 miles an hour.
Like I said, we need a third person.
For those of you who care, I have ChatGPT working out the math right now based on on-screen instances of them talking about stuff. It's taking into account speed and volume and all that fun stuff, and it's processing right now. Should just take a moment.
Moment's over.
Obviously, when you saw them come in, they weren't coming in at some ridiculous speed. I don't know where you got that shit from, Elihu, but
yeah, there's no fucking way. 200 miles a second.
They weren't going that fast.
Ludicrous.
They were still battling. Like it didn't even, like when you're watching it, it doesn't even look like they're even moving when they're already falling to Earth. When in relation to the race ship that they're shooting at.
Yeah. So the highest speed it would have achieved is terminal velocity.
They were still getting hit. They were still getting hit by the weapons, and so I mean, they obviously weren't going faster than the weapons they were getting hit with.
How you came? I know you were going off an asteroid, but how you came up with 200 miles a second is
I was going along the mass.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, that would have destroyed. That would have flattened some stuff.
Yeah, the speed you're talking about, as I said, based on the mass of the city on your mass scales, that's Chicxulub. So yeah, I can understand if that's honestly what you thought. That being destroying San Francisco, yeah, that would have destroyed the state of California. So I think you agree then that your speed calculations are way too high, and hopefully I've convinced you that your mass calculations are way too high.
Speed calculations, yes. Mass, undetermined.
No, your 4 megatons, I think it's way under.
No, I think it's right on because, again, it has to be less than the mass of water. Otherwise, the city wouldn't float.
It's ancient technology.
That's if you don't think there's, but you know, it's buoyancy. If they can't buoyance themselves.
What principles of buoyancy would apply to the city with holes in the bottom?
Because you don't know what else they have at the bottom of that to counterbalance.
Sorry, what?
I mean, obviously, you don't know what's like submarines go up and down. Pete's sakes, I mean, they can float themselves. I'm sure the ship had ballast or something.
That's because the mass of a submarine is less than the mass of water. The only reason it starts to sink is they literally open up parts of the ship to water to take on water. That's how they sink. By increasing their mass.
Yeah, but doesn't the area of the bottom count? The bigger your area of the
bottom, a submarine, no.
Distribute it. No,
a submarine is not. The shape of the submarine is not entirely conductive to buoyancy principles. It partially is, but it isn't like a boat.
Talking about Atlantis.
I know, but you were comparing it to a submarine, so I'm explaining why.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying though, like it doesn't matter what the as long as the bottom has enough surface to distribute the force across and make it buoyant.
Yes, but a submarine doesn't do that. That's why it's able to sink. When it comes to Atlantis,
I was just talking about ballast when I meant about submarines. Like they could have.
When it comes to Atlantis, even without power, and the fact that the city is basically Swiss cheese, but it's still able to float. It's a fucking sponge, but it floats. The only way that's possible is if the materials of the city itself are less than the density of water. And even when the city starts to take on water, it still doesn't sink, even when they have run out of power.
Yeah, the materials the city's made of. We don't know exactly what the materials the city's made of. I'm using it based on earthbound materials.
Yes, but you can still make assumptions, even if we don't know what the city's made out of. The fact that the city floats and its shape is not conductive to buoyancy means the materials have to be less dense than water. Overall.
Okay, LDG, you have ChatGPT open up a separate tab and ask, is the city of Atlantis basically shaped buoyant enough to float? The shape of the city of Atlantis is StarGate buoyant enough to float?
Well, I don't think it's going to have that answer there, but
yeah, and remember, we've seen the bottom of the city. We know that it's not flat and round and anything like that. It's got all those protrusions for the hyperdrive and everything else.
Yeah, based on the shape of the city of Atlantis, is it buoyant? Is it actually based on the shape of the city of Atlantis and StarGate? Is it practically buoyant?
One second.
Like how do you word that? You got to word it just right for ChatGPT.
Well, no, I don't know if it will know because you're asking it a question that AI.
Yeah, the way you word it, you have to ask it the way you word it.
In StarGate Atlantis, is
the shape of the city of Atlantis buoyant? Type it exactly how I'm saying it, dude. Type it exactly how I'm saying it, okay? In the show StarGate Atlantis, is the city Atlantis buoyant enough to float? You got to word it just right with ChatGPT.
Built with ancient structural buoyancy systems, so it can float in water like a massive ship, submerged beneath the ocean.
All right,
rise
here you
back
go.
to the surface, and
Here
even
you
launch
go,
into space.
Elihu. Look at the bottom of that. Look at the bottom. Notice the giant hole in the middle. Look at all the little protrusions on the outside.
Maybe they
Where
close.
the hyperdrive.
Maybe they close when they're in the water.
What?
Maybe they're all closed when they're on water.
Do you have any evidence of that?
That hole doesn't go all the way to the top.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Except for the jumper bay. We know that the jumper bay has access points from the top of the tower to or top of the main tower all the way to the bottom.
Matter of fact, if that fills up with
So they
water,
literally
that
have
would
a hole that
increase
goes
its
all the way through the
buoyancy.
ship.
No, it doesn't go through the ship. It just goes through the bottom part. What are you talking about?
No. The jumper bay has openings at the top of the tower and at the bottom of the ship.
Now those are closed though.
It doesn't matter. It would mean that the shape alone is not conductive to buoyancy. Look at this.
That's why I asked LDG to chat.
It says here it's going off. See, so I was telling you about. It's just telling me it has ancient structural buoyancy systems.
Okay, type in this response.
Ocean floor. It's self-supporting, buoyant structure. Its shape, materials, and internal energy systems work together to lift it.
Okay.
I mean, look at that. That is not that shape is not conductive to buoyancy. I don't care just by looking at it. And I hate using the looking at it rule, but it's right there. I mean, look at it, Elihu. Tell me, does that shape conductive to buoyancy based on looks alone? Come on, Elihu. What?
Yeah. And look at the arms are evenly distributed. Look at that. You got 6.
Yeah, that's
you don't have
spread
5.
out the mass.
Yeah. Evenly distributed weight for buoyancy. You try laying in.
No.
Okay, you lay in a body of water flat. You're gonna be partially sinking. You stretch your arms, legs out. You're gonna be rising above the water some more. That's called weight distribution, dude.
Not when you have that many holes in the damn thing.
I refuse to believe you can't have holes in something and still make it buoyant.
You can if the overall mass is less than the density of water, which is what I'm arguing.
Hello, Andy Geek. Listen.
That's only per square inch.
I did it by cubic meter.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're leaving out the fact that there's a reference. So if there's a reference, that means you can make it bigger and still buoyant, or heavier and still buoyant, as long as you make the math work out.
It doesn't matter about the math as long as the overall buoyancy of the material is less than that of water. It would still float. Period.
And then there's the idea of you're totally forgetting about the shields, and the shields make it a smooth surface that it's sitting on. It's a dome, like a bottom of a capsule. That's why I was agreeing with you.
Except LDG, the reason I had to say it has to be less than the density of water is there's several times during the show where the city has run out of power and yet they don't sink. That means the shields weren't active. That means inertial dampeners weren't active. All the technology that would keep it afloat normally would be inactive, and it still doesn't sink despite that being the bottom.
Yeah.
It means the overall mass of this city by cubic meter has to be less than that of water, which is 1 metric ton per meter squared.
Wow. All right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. However,
do you agree at all, Elihu?
Sorry, I was watching the news. What?
Oh God, I'm not saying it again.
Sorry, never mind. There was recapping something that was happening here. Sorry.
All right, so I will do this. I will do a Twitter poll to see who was right, if anyone actually is watching. Because, I already got you on your speed calculations.
I got my answer from ChatGPT.
What did you
So
get the results?
ChatGPT says that the coastal run would be 130 to 270 meter waves. If something
Well,
4 kilometers wide, 100 million tons landed in the ocean.
I got 6 to 12 meter waves, dude.
100 million tons.
Oh, that-
and then what?
but wait.
What kind of imperial or metric?
Well, it messed up because it's 4K in diameter.
No, it's supposed to be 4.2. I did my calculations. 4.2 kilometer radius.
No, that's the diameter. It's 8
No,
kilometers wide.
Based on most visual evidence, the city is supposed to be 8.5 kilometers wide, or diameter.
I just said that. Well, no.
So that means the radius would be 4.25 kilometers.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The radius is 4.25. That means it's 8 kilometers wide. Fully wide. All right, now it's saying, nope, it still says 130 to 270 meters on the coastlines.
Damn, no, I got 6 to 12 meters on the coastlines.
Now, the farther the farther away you land, the higher the wave would be. Or
the closer. No, based on the propagation of mass through water, the dissipation. The closer it is to the land, the bigger the wave would be, not the smaller.
Yeah, you're gonna have the wave height really next to it. It's gonna be high, but the waves will dissipate closer it gets to land because it's hitting shallower and shallower water.
I thought
less and less energy
feed themselves.
Not if
As they
it's
get
already on the
closer
continental
to-
shelf, Elihu, which
No.
it would be.
waves
Either
will
way,
still
I think the
eventually dissipate.
dissipation of the speed of which it would decrease isn't within the visual range of the Golden Gate Bridge would be negligible. So I'm not. Again, there is no way San Francisco is destroyed by the landing of Atlantis. Even if the wave was extremely high, storm surge waves, which you're talking about, get that high, and San Francisco isn't destroyed.
Well, I didn't say destroy, it just badly hit, like Embarcadero Marina, Soma, Oakland.
No, because again, storm surges get us. Hold on. What's the highest waves that hit during a storm surge?
The king tides here, they were just recently, they flooded Embarcadero. Let me look that up. Hang on. Recent king tides.
Interesting information that they're talking about how many G forces would take how many you would feel if you actually landed inside this massive thing.
Let's see. Damn it. I'm not going to pay to read this.
Oh, and it's called coastal run up. It's called shoaling. Shoaling does amplify 5 to 10 times the size for wave.
Let's see. They peaked. Yeah, they just recently peaked. The height was. Oh, show me the height. Where the hell's the height? 2.56 feet.
I'm trying to look at how high they get during a storm surge, but they're just giving me high tide amounts, like king tides.
Yeah, the highest king tides is 2.5 feet.
Yeah, so that still falls within my range, not your range. But they're not saying how much during an actual fucking like storm.
Well, parts of the city get drenched. It's basically it can get 1 inch of rain in Soma and a 1/4 inch of rain in the Sunsets. It does vary in the city. You can get Bernal Heights can get flooding, highway closed, downtown. Oh, you got a small little puddle. Okay, no problem. Yeah, it depends on the city.
Overall, it would be no worse than if a thunderstorm hit San Francisco Bay. Correct?
Debating your math.
Well, I still think I'm right, and the stream has been going on for a lot longer because we did the whole Disney thing. I'm going to end the stream still saying that I'm correct. Elihu's math is off. LDG, I think, is in between us, which is perfect.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards you though.
All right.
I just don't. I just think that hole in the middle. I think there's more to that, but I would have to see the scenes where when we're in there and stuff, dude. I don't even
I
think
still say
remember
my
an
math is
episode
right,
where
but I
we're
base
there.
it on my calculations. You got your math based on your calculations.
Yeah, and I still think that your mass is way too high. But I think that's one of because the mass would inevitably cancel out. You're talking about just the volume based on when you were talking about Archimedes' principle. The volume, I think we're also not agreeing on the volume of the amount that the water's displacing.
Yeah, we disagree on that one entirely.
So
we need a third person.
I think that's another reason why they made. If you look at the bottom of the Atlantis, you realize the water goes all the way, like it sinks in all that thickness that you see until it goes to the top. So all that matters in the calculations of if it's buoyant.
But it also matters with the negative space in between each arm. That's why my volume calculations were so low.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot to do.
right.
It's interesting.
We can bring this up in another couple of weeks if you want to, Elihu, but I'm going to end the stream on that note.
Yeah, okay, because I'm really hungry.
I gotta get to it. Yeah, long day. Wow. Good stuff, man.
Later,
Thanks,
folks.
Later, weirdos.
Later, guys.